Hello again, everyone, and welcome to the stream. I am Raw Zim, and this is Starlight Expeditions Pokemon Mystery Dungeon tabletop. We are. This is our third session in a row. Well, third night in a row doing this session or game, but it has been a lot of fun so far. We are, as always, going to start off with some introductions. First off, I will go and let you all know that Rygon Plays, as well as Arzadeu, are currently streaming this alongside myself. Do make sure you go check out both of their channels. I'll go and have links for everybody that is also a streamer in this campaign right here in the chat. Do make sure that you go share the love with everyone on that list. I know there's a lot, but they are all fantastic streamers. So go check them out. And yeah, I'll go ahead and turn it over to Rygon. Oh, by the way, the art up on the screen there, that is Dart. His art has been finished.
Oh, so that means I have to
Yay.
show his art. I have it somewhere.
He's our puppy!
So,
He is very adorable.
Nayland, thank you for the follow.
aw.
But yeah, we'll go ahead and turn it over to Rygon now for introductions.
So hello everyone, my name is Rygon from the channel Rygon Plays. I am the storyteller for this game, Starlight Expeditions. We are currently on episode 9, and things have certainly taken a bit of a turn.
Right.
Well, I certainly can't say anything for anyone else. If anybody looks over at my stuff, you might just be able to catch a glimpse of some of my plans for the players. That said, I will now turn it over to our players, and we will get some proper introductions and then a recap from each of them.
Each?
Well,
Oh.
from one of them.
I was gonna say, like, how can we each do a recap? But anyways, I do want to say I forgot to mention this, but this is Chapter 1, Episode 9, Who Brought a Map? Go ahead, RZ.
Hi there, I am Arzadeu, and I play Azurth the Jengmo in this campaign. I am also one of the streamers, and I also post this on my own YouTube. That is my own introduction I will take for the spotlight. I did this right? I always get myself confused.
Well, let's see. You mentioned your species. You mentioned your character's name.
You mentioned your name, so yeah, I think you're good.
Okay. I'm always nervous.
Start.
Good evening, Internet. My name is Seda. I am playing Dart, the steel ground rockruff, who has a very unfortunate issue with running into water situations. Will this be the third one in a row? Let's find out.
And it is raining.
It is. I am Razim, and I am playing Jet, the Fulminian form, our own custom form Rockruff, that is a ghost electric type. Jolene.
Hello, I am Demon God Linden. I am playing the ever so lovely and sometimes scary the Milcery known as Jolene. And darling, I hope you all are ready.
Oh, I have a scene for you, Jolene. I am Aurum, and I play Argus, the biggest, strongest member who is also the scaredy cat and hides from everyone as a little tyrant.
You're not the strongest member.
You wanna bet? I'll tackle you, and then I'll hide.
Aurum is the only one of our group that is not also a streamer, though he does join me on my streams every now and then. So do come on by my streams, and we can you can see Aurum outside of this game, maybe.
I'm the 2D Minecraft joke guy.
And unfortunately for tonight, we are missing one of our players just due to the sudden nature of it. So Amos will not be joining us for tonight, which is okay because they are currently unconscious.
They were supposed to do the recap, and you had them take notes for the session 2 days ago. Their notes are
That's
going to
fine.
mean nothing when they get her cap.
That's
Mhm.
fine.
As
Why
a
don't we
general
turn?
As a general note to our audience for tonight, we have a couple of things that needs to be stated. One of them is we will not be speaking to our chats once the game begins. We may be able to text, but otherwise we will not be talking out loud, with the only exceptions being such things like follows, subscribers, donations, stuff like that. Or if anything like very important needs to be stated. And the other thing is we do have a viewer's choice donation goal tonight. So if you go over to Raw Zim's channel, you will see that there is a tier 1 donation goal. And I believe it's what, $5 or $15 for the start?
For the start, it's 5.
Yep. So for $5, you will reach tier 1, and you all can vote as a group on whether you want to have something good, something neutral, or something bad to happen to the to our party here. This can be done up to 4 times at the 5, 15, 30, and 50 mark.
5, 15, 30, 20. Or 5, 15, 30, and 50. Yes. So also we do have ethereal influence. If you guys do donate to either Rygon or Azereth's channel during this stream, you will get some Sable Crowns over on my channel that you can then use to influence the game in a variety of ways. The sky is kind of the limit, though it may or may not be accepted according to what Rygon or I decide on that front. And then that we do have Stream Loots cards, which I do want to point out real quick that we have done some revamps to those. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail on that, but we after last night we kind of realized that some stuff was a little too common, some stuff just wasn't quite feeling right, so we did make some adjustments there.
It's a learning process.
The ethereal influence we've been doing for years, so we figured out the kinks on that, but not so much on the Stream Loots cards, because literally we started doing those when we started the Pokemon, or when we started this campaign, so still learning.
So we will now go ahead and we will turn it over to recap time. Would any of my players from the last session like to do our recap, or does somebody need to be voluntold?
I would only be able to recap the portions that I was actually there for, so I don't think I'm the
I
best
was
person.
I was kind of thinking we have, say, Argus do it to start, and then when Dart woke up, that is when Dart takes over.
Just realized I was muted. I was trying to do recap.
This is a good plan. I
Aww.
like this plan.
I like this plan
All
too.
right, go ahead.
So the thing that happened is Jet broke everything. See, he tried to go through the wall, and then he went through the floor, and then he found out that things were coming after us, so then he tried to go through the floor again to escape, but he went through the ceiling, and then he ran away, and then we had to run away because the bug got supersized and tried to kill us, so we had to jump out the window, and we survived, but my rope did not survive, but we carried all our friends, and then we had to run because the worm did a crater, and it's chasing after us, and then we ran into a bookstore, which had a really nice owl, which I like the owl, and then we got stuck in the tunnels, and I did not like the tunnels, but I got to set a fire, but then my stick got burned away, so I needed a new stick. But we found a new stick, and we found Jet after Jet tried to scare us, and apparently Jet went some adventure and found Doc in the Guild Master's house and did something over there that we don't really care about, but you'll have to recap you on that. We weren't there. And then we made it through, and we popped up, and the bug is here.
I can picture just a little crude drawing in like those children's movies of them recapping or making some sort of plan. That was hilarious.
This is exactly what was going on in my head.
So much for Dart doing a recap there.
Yeah.
A couple of things to note. First off, because we didn't do a recap for last night for the previous session, we had made it back to the Starlight Town. So episode 8, we made it back to Starlight Town, and with that, we found a bunch of cultists had taken over the town. They were claiming to be trying to cure some kind of plague that had swept over, but this plague somehow managed to pop up basically overnight. And so here we are kind of dealing with things. We did officially join the guild now, so
I'm still
yay for
stowaway.
that. Oh yeah, Dart is still stowaway there.
He's our pet dog.
Dart woke up in the river, and he was drowning and such, and he barely survived. He got hauled back to the town by Smoke, and we Argus and Amos had to bribe the way in for Dart to get some help. Though no help actually wound up coming for Dart. He's just kind of under house arrest, or he was, with the group in their room. Though now we have, as Argus just said, escaped. Jet had tried. So Tiny is the one that they set to guard our room, and Tiny is a very scary wormhole, a little caterpillar. Jet, when he was trying to escape the room, he wanted to phase down. He phased up instead. Decided to go try to phase into the Guildmaster's tower, not house. And the tower had this field of sleepiness around it, basically. And Jet managed to force his way in regardless, phasing through the wall into the tower, where he found the Guildmaster there was a ritual going on. Jet remembered somewhere and somehow that the particular ritual that they were performing was one to keep sleeping gods down. One of the cultists did notice Jet, but Jet managed to escape from there by sinking through the floor with his phasing ghostliness with Doc, the Guildmaster's assistant. And yeah, I think that is a more sufficient recap.
Yes, definitely a more sufficient recap and not including any shenanigans.
Now
Don't talk about
I just have one question. Pause. How do they work? So actually, just serious
Pause?
question. Pause.
Well,
they're
you walk on them.
Though serious question. About the social attributes, like how are those ranked up? Because I see. It's
every
like
time So every time that you spend a point to increase one of your attributes, you get another dot in the relevant social one.
Okay, so
So your starting 3 do not get bonus dots.
Don't you try to...
It's just the... You did get 1 dot to spend on those in bonus, but...
Okay, that's what I was curious about, because I noticed, like, some people had... Okay, that makes sense now.
Yes. And I forgot to put my dot in smart, because I bought insight.
Oh yeah, I bought special, therefore I have a dot in cute.
Oh, and Dart, would you mind taking over the recap and just tell us what your experiences were? We know from Jet's point of view, but I'd like to know yours.
Well, after waking up in a river and having a near-death experience in an unfamiliar world with an unfamiliar body, and meeting a very curious group of individuals who seemed to be in a similar boat but had very little answers, and there seemed to be a larger issue going on with the cult kind of locking things down and kind of preventing a lot of movement. But once again, Dart found himself awakened in a soaking wet in a dangerous situation. I think it was on Argus's back that...
No, you were in... I was holding you by the scruff.
Okay.
which is adorable.
So Azurth was holding Dart, or holding me by the scruff, and so I wake up in the rain as we were running away from, from Tiny.
You woke up
Uh,
just in time to see him superhero landing.
Yep, so, already having a bad day, had a bad dream, woke up, deja vu, just different flavors.
Deja vu, I wanna be in this place before higher on the.
Very, very much, once, the initial panic and, the situation, gets in, we start getting to work, figuring out what to do. We run, obviously, can't fight, at the moment at least. We decided to go down to a path that looks like it's going to be the safer option, which was a corridor to one of the more built structures that had a book on its side. We went through the corridors leading up to it. We trample over a very otter-looking cult member and managed to avoid some very sticky webbing.
Oh, I'm never quite so comfortable as when I'm at least 6 feet under.
Cat has purchased 25 tabletop cards packs.
Oh boy.
Thank you so much for that, Varian.
But whoever was inside that building, a very owl-looking creature, was very kind enough and helped us down into the archives and gave us some very specific instructions that I'm still surprised we managed to collectively remember. That led us through some catacomb-looking tunnels, very dark. Had some very tense moments. We met up with Jet again in the tunnel, who was trying to intimidate us, but we had the numbers advantage, so we pressed on. And now we are outside and we find another red caterpillar. So, will this be a fight? Will this be another flight? Will I be in another soaking wet, dangerous situation again? We'll find out.
Are different flavors of recaps.
Thank you all
Find
so
out
much.
now on the next exciting episode of Starlight Expeditions.
Yeah, we have Seda with like cartoon recap. We have Zim with all technical recap, and we have me with my cute little kid drawing recap.
I'll have to next time. I'll have to play a bit more into that, like I know Dragon Ball or Pokemon-esque like cartoon recap.
Last time
on Starlight Expeditions, chaos completely unleashed.
Oh, great. How many Chaos Emeralds does he have now? Wait, this is the wrong series. Crap.
One at least.
The cult has gotten its hand on all 6 Infinity Gems.
Quick question. I was
What's up?
wanting to. I know everybody spent some of their XP on stuff, and I was going through and trying to figure out how much it would cost to do certain stuff, and I'm not sure if I've got the right amount there.
There's
I want
card
to.
on the board.
Yeah, I know. I'm wanting to make sure before I start putting stuff out that I have done my math right. The next point for vitality for me would be the second dot. That would be 10 points.
It would be 10
Yes.
points.
Okay. And then if I took one for brawl and one for allure, that would be 6 points each because that'd be my first point in each of those.
6 times 1, yes. Or if it's a new skill, just flat 6.
Okay. So that would be 12. That'd be 22 points for all 3 of those. So
I'm guessing you don't want Mud Slap then?
what was that?
I'm guessing you don't want Mud Slap then?
It was a different person.
Ah, fair
Yeah,
enough.
this is Jolene.
Yes. Jolene does not learn Mud Slap.
Jolene learned Sweet Slap.
Sweet Scent.
Sweet
Close
Slap.
enough, though.
You slap
No.
people with your sweet.
That would
Alright.
be hilarious, but
So
Yeah.
thank you to everyone again for your recaps. I do appreciate it. And now moving on to our adventure. The crew, or at least Argus, has popped their head out of this ancient entrance/exit to the tunnels below.
It's Azurth.
Some kind. Oh, Azurth went first?
Yes, I went first.
Okay. Azurth went first, popped their head out
Oh.
of this ancient entrance/exit to of some sort of like this round metallic door that had the words Suar on it. Very, very mysterious. and they have now seen a red caterpillar. What do you all do?
I don't think any of the rest of us are aware of this, and also Argus did say that he was pushing his way past everyone.
That's what I
So
thought. I thought Argus went first.
that would be a contested roll unless you just let him
Wait, are
push
we on a
past
ladder?
you.
Why do I feel like we're on a
I
ladder?
believe it is a ladder.
Yeah, the rungs are the ladder.
Um. Azurus would be at a loss for words as the rain falls down on him, like... And in his mind, he's like, oh no. This is not good.
What do you do?
Are you here to harm us?
Just a little red caterpillar just kind of inches along.
Is there room to get out?
Yes.
Azurus looks around the outside area before he pulls himself up.
Would you like a description of where you're at?
Yes, please.
You are currently in a cloistered area. There is greenery and plants all around, with what looks to be the remains of a bench nearby. On various of the different leaves you see around you, you can see little red caterpillars just kind of inching along, ignoring the rain for the most part, eating the leaves that they are on.
Azurus takes this as okay, this isn't the one who tried to hurt us. And gives out a sigh of relief and says, I think we're all good. Just don't mind the multitude of red caterpillars that are not hostile.
Well, they're only like about an inch long.
So was
Aw.
Tiny.
No, Tiny was bigger.
Alpha wormhole.
No, but these don't look at all like Tiny.
I love that sense of fear you've driven into the characters and the players at the end of last session.
That was so mean.
Beautiful,
Argus is immediately climbing out, setting Amos on the ground, stretching his claws before flopping on the ground. I don't like tunnels. I don't like tunnels. I don't like tunnels. He just flopped in a puddle.
The puddle sloshes, and it's a little deeper than you expected. So you kind of go down a little bit more than you wanted to.
And you start drowning
Be the first time.
from the slightly inconvenient hole.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah, the rain is just kind of coming down in a drizzle. You can occasionally hear a little bit of thunder somewhere off in the distance. It's actually a fairly pleasant moment were it not for the fact that you were just trying to run for your lives.
I have a very important question. Was Jolene floating along with y'all, or was somebody carrying Jolene in something in their bag?
You are in a
So
bag. A very
Jolene
special
was
bag.
Jolene was asleep in a bowl that was thrown into Azareth's. Well, Azareth is carrying a bag that you are in.
Okay. Jolene's just going to squirm their way out of the bag.
Well, first off, I will say, Rygon probably should say what's going on there.
Jolene, you are having a bad dream, right?
Ooh.
You don't know how long that you've been out, but all you can see around you is blackness. And the sharp scraping of wood and vines. it seems that no matter how far you walk or float, you cannot seem to escape this sound, this grinding that seems to just kind of close in around you. Eventually, Azareth, you start to hear little taps on the inside of the bag. And Jolene, you begin to open up your eyes, and you see that you are in a very enclosed space. It's just dark all around, and you can't move at all.
No, it just occurred to me. Argus apparently literally bought a bag that is bigger than Jolene.
I did.
You did? Huh.
Well, I mean,
It's
if
a
it
bag
can hold
for
Jolene, it's
Jolene.
bigger than Jolene.
And it's a
Jolene?
bag specifically for Jolene.
Jolene is also 8 inches, or 8 inches tall. So I feel like most bags are probably bigger than Jolene. Speaking of Jolene, darlings, are you there? Well, where am I?
Very well.
Jolene? Oh, you're finally awake. And Azurith opens the bag and pulls out the bowl that Jolene is in, revealing Jolene to the dark night and the... It's still raining, right?
Yes.
And the rain all around.
Now I'm not sure whether I preferred it in that dark space or this one. But at least I can be a little more free out here. What happened while I was asleep?
Got you a bag.
So, cults took over the guild and the town. And we decided to flee. And we grabbed every one of you guys. And we ran. There was this tiny little caterpillar, almost like those ones, but much more scary.
Well, it's probably a good idea to get away from the cult if they've taken over, but what are we going to do now that we're in this situation? It doesn't seem like letting them stay is a good idea, though I don't know that we are in a position to really fight them off.
Are we still down in the little sewer section, or is everyone up now? Because I think only Argus went up.
Argus and Azareth are the only two that went up.
Yep. You can hear talking up there, but none of you have climbed up yet.
I don't want to be down the deep dark hole anymore, even though it's wet outside. I'm gonna climb up.
Same.
Yeah, we did our best to get away. We also have a new member like Amos. We just
Found
kind
a
of
puppy.
picked him up and...
Oh my god, that air is so much cleaner. Ugh.
Oh, well, hello there, darling.
And then
Wait.
Jet will climb up after and
Greetings.
reach down to try and help Doc up, especially with the captive.
Doc appreciatively takes your paw and kind of very lightly floats up out of the hole. The captive is still kind of like asleep, but is otherwise unharmed.
Okay.
I will need a bit of an explanation on who Doc is, because I don't remember a Doc or a captive.
So Doc is... Well, you would know Doc.
Yeah, it's
we
just
can
been a
explain the
while.
captive in character. Doc is basically the guildmaster's assistant.
Okay, I remember Doc.
Yeah.
Yeah, you met her briefly when you met the guildmaster.
Probably why I couldn't remember her, because it wasn't for a very extended period of time. I don't remember most of the characters besides the group right now. So,
Sad. Sad.
like, I can remember most of the Pokemon that have been introduced, but not their names. If that helps. I couldn't tell you them off the back of my hand, but
I bet none of you remember Bob either.
There hasn't been a Bob.
Anyway, continue.
I have every name character listed right here.
Okay, I guess first things first. Where did this lead us? We're clearly not in Starlight anymore.
Doc, do you know where we are?
I'm not too sure. I haven't really left the town in a very long time. But, and she kind of like looks at the sides of the cloistered area where you can see these like ruined brick walls kind of stretching around. She kind of takes a finger and she runs it down one of the walls, and you can see the wall kind of disintegrate slightly with her touch. If I had to take a guess, I think we're in the oldest part of the city. So if I recall the name, it is... Now I actually gotta think of a name. I think it's called the Abandoned Zone.
Mr. Owl did say that it would take us outside of the barrier.
The second question: would the cult have any reason to search here or follow us here?
I'm unsure. They came in such numbers and so quickly that it would surprise me if they had patrols out in the rest of the city. I hope not, though.
Third question: you guys are looking for Smoke was his name? Or someone you guys were mentioning
yes.
outside the city that we need to try to find.
Yes, we need to find Smoke. He's got a group, and hopefully he can help us with retaking the city, the town.
Well, that might be a little bit difficult. Last I heard, he was dealing with the mighty Yanapak in this area.
Mighty Yanapak?
And he was at
Yes.
the gate before. But if he's in this area, that's good. That means we can find him.
Well, I don't know if it's this area exactly. I apologize. I meant the city. Yes, in the rest of the city, there is a mighty and Puchiana pack that kind of runs amok. They've claimed territory here and there. It's actually where Smoke is from.
Huh?
Maybe we can make friends with them.
Well, they've been trying to take the rest of the city, and they don't have very good dealings with Smoke, I'm afraid. They've never
Maybe.
really done anything to the town before, though.
Though I maybe they probably don't take too lightly to having some competition.
The cultists.
I mean, the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
You're saying we go try to have them team up? Azura asks as he puts the metallic cover over the hole.
Argus is going to sit up now in his puddle.
I mean, I'll be honest.
Don't teach my hamster to suck eggs!
Already?
I mean, I'll be honest. I still have absolutely no idea what's going on, and I really appreciate some answers because I'm having a very terrible track record of waking up, soaking wet and in danger.
But you didn't wake up this time. You never fell asleep. Unless you fell asleep in the middle of in the tunnels.
Oh, and
Yeah, which-
or I'm out of character. I'm like referring in character there. So both times my character's awoken in character, he's been soaking wet and in danger.
Oh, well, you're not
Yeah.
in danger now.
Yeah.
These
not
are
not,
good
not
ones.
talking about the session. I'm talking in character.
Ah,
I really wish we could help, but you just happened to come at bad time. This cult came out of nowhere.
You know, fates be damned. I'm just. I want to help. I really do want to help, but I feel useless. Everything's just so.
It's a trap!
Everything's just so new. I kind of wanted to like get my feet grounded, so I feel I can actually like offer legitimately some help.
can I offer Dart my stick?
I don't know. Can you?
Well, I'm asking Dart. Would you take a stick? This can help.
How
I-
can
Because a
this
stick
help?
is a very versatile weapon, and it's great for helping out. And you don't have to use the weird powers that everyone else uses because you have a stick. It's like
Dart's just going to lean back on his hind legs and just like bring up both forepaws and just like. And how do you expect me to hold? A
and
stick?
as you're talking, he's going to stick the stick in your mouth. Like that. You hold it with your mouth.
That is humiliating. And
Sword dog.
what?
Oh no, I killed him.
What the hell was that? Stick.
Oh, I forgot to poke it in Jolene.
Wasn't that the one you found down in the sewers?
Storm, earth, and fire.
Yeah?
Heed my call.
Oh no.
Does anyone have any water? I didn't get the taste of whatever that was out of my mouth.
Argus is going to point
Look up.
The rain. Also, Doc. Question. I've been calling the dog by Argus. What am I?
Oh, now that's a question I can answer. You're a Jangmo-O.
Is
If
he
I
a dog
recall,
type?
that's you're a dragon type.
So he's not a dog type?
Actually,
Oh.
let me make sure on this one. Yeah. No, I don't think there is such a thing. What is a dog?
I
Azareth
thought
looks
you said there were normal animals in this world.
Yeah, it doesn't mean she knows it.
Fair.
I hate to be
Jangmo.
I hate to be one to ask the same question, but like, what the hell am I?
Well, and she looks at both.
Well, I can answer that.
Well, she looks at both Jet and Dart, and she says, "Well, you both are Rockruff, but I believe you're entirely separate subspecies of Rockruff. You see, in this world, as far as I'm aware, there's 3 kinds. There is the Fulminian form. There is the what was the original Rockruff from?
Alola.
Alolan.
Alolan.
Oh, we don't have a Lola here.
Mm.
What was its
It'd
typing?
still be called a low.
Rock
It's
type.
rock type.
Just rock.
Rock. Yeah, there's a rock type. There is an electric ghost type, and I believe, and this is the one I don't know. I think you're the rarest of the 3. Steel and what was your other one?
Ground.
Steel and ground type. But it's very odd to have both of you here at the same time. This region doesn't carry either of your species.
Must be because we aren't from here.
I don't know how long I was passed out both times, but I woke up just floating in the river.
We woke up under a tree.
A tree? A river? Who would do such a thing like that?
Who knows?
Look, I have no space for any more.
She kind of ponders it a little bit more. Well, maybe those are answers that can be answered in the future. I do wish I could help you all more, but I'm afraid most of my knowledge is medical in nature.
Would you be able just to give me a quick exam then? It was whoever brought me in just, was seeking medical care for me, and I don't know if I'm actually healthy for a rock ruff.
Well, of course. Here, come with me underneath this tree, and I can give you a quick examination.
Thank you, and Dart's going to walk on over to the tree.
I forgot I was supposed to find you a doctor. I'm a horrible doctor.
You're not
So-
a doctor at all, Hargus.
Oh, okay, I'm fine now.
Underneath the tree, you can kind of feel the rains is being kind of prevented by the leaves, only the occasional drop getting through. You can see above you just the occasional little red caterpillar just kind of going about its little business. And Doc takes you in her delicate arms, and she starts examining you in much the same way that a judge at like a dog show might analyze you. It's delicate, but it's still clinical in nature. So she's kind of like lifting your leg up. She checks the inside of your ear. She like opens up your muzzle a little bit, with your permission, of course, and looks at your teeth.
Say "awoo" instead of "aw."
And she kind of listens to your breath and tests your reflexes a little bit. Well, I'm not entirely sure what is the best health for your species, but as far as I can tell, you're perfectly normal. For a rockruff, that is.
Thank you, that eases some of my concerns.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Doc.
Of course. I'm afraid I can't really do much for any mental trauma that you might have. It sounds like you were in quite a dangerous situation. Are you feeling okay from that?
I don't know. I don't know who I am, and the first memory that I have at the moment is of me very nearly not existing. Everything is unfamiliar. I don't even think I was a rock ruff, or always was a rock ruff. I just feel lost, and this being under this tree, is probably the surest and most safe I've felt since I've gotten here, and I don't know.
She kind of crouches down and she takes both of your paws in her hands, and she gives you a very sincere smile. Well, I can't say for where you have been, and I can't give you any answers for if you've ever been anything other than a rock ruff, but I think you are surrounded by those who do care about you. And I sincerely do hope that you're able to find the answers that you are looking for.
Yeah, I'm not gonna let anything happen to my little brother.
He's my puppy.
And kind of ignoring those two, she leans in and she gives you a very sweet kiss on the top of your head, and you feel you actually feel a little bit of a warmth spread from there, and you actually feel your aches actually feel a little bit better. It's not enough to, like, say, remove your confusion or anything like that, but you do feel better from it. There. That's all that I can do for you right now.
Thank you, Doc. I really need that.
Of course. Now, how about we go ahead and get out of this rain?
I'd like that. I like that a lot.
In the meantime, I'm going to steal the super special bag back from Azurith and hand it to Jolene.
Okay. I
Azurith,
mean, do you allow it?
Azurith does not resist. He gives Argus one look and just lets him take it off.
Jolene, I got you a present, but then you were sweet before I could give you a present. But this is a present, so no more scary, Jolene?
Darling, I thank you for that.
It's this super special bag from like a different country. And it was made by like super awesome people. And there was a rope that came with it, but Azurith kind of broke the rope. We have parts of it though.
Well, darling, it's the thought that counts, at least. And Jolene will accept the bag.
Okay. The bag itself actually feels very sturdy. You can tell that it is of some better quality than the bags the group has picked up before. And you can also see a very curious symbol on the side of the bag.
Can I make sense of what the symbol might be?
It is a symbol of 3 leaves intertwined with each other.
The shop guy says it has lots of pockets, so it's really good for adventuring. Oh no, I'm killing Saito still.
You said it was 3 entwined leaves, right?
Yep, 3 entwined leaves.
Got it. Okay, let's make sure for notes.
Don't know if there's any chance I would know what that symbol is for, but maybe at some point I will figure that out. Cause
Maybe it's our memory.
yeah, maybe it'll be something I remember later. But Jolene is going to look through the pockets, just checking how many there are real quick, and then going to try and put the bag over herself in such a way that it's going to just, hang off of her and not, just flop to the ground right away.
Okay. As you are looking through the bag, you find a single ration.
Ooh.
It must have been missed by the shopkeeper.
I didn't know that was in there.
Yeah, you didn't check.
You know, it's probably a very sweet ration because Jolene was in the bag with it.
It's quite possible. Jolene is going to make note of that. Is there a thing I can use to mark that? There's food.
A single apple.
Yes.
I've personally just been using the bottom white box to keep track of inventory.
I'm using the bottom white box for things that don't have little item things like my meteorite and stuff.
Oh.
And then apples and money things for apples and money.
Well,
And of course, you can always use real-life documentation as well, like Word.
Yeah.
Like Azurith.
yeah, because, I just lost all my items in my bag. Lovely.
Oh no.
It's fine, I remember some of it.
Reset? Or Control Z?
No, I can figure it out myself. I'd like...
Oh, do you need me to go back in the history or something? Something happened?
He dropped the bag. He
I
accidentally erased his items.
lost...
Oh, let me rewind time for a bit then.
Oh. Thanks. See if it's back first. Sorry.
I need to rewind a little bit more.
Maybe,
Okay, let me rewind about five steps.
Okay.
'Cause we haven't been doing that much. Is it there now?
Nope. It was just my error of SD. Yeah, it's probably too far back. I can look back on a video.
Well, I can go up to 19 more times, so I can go back about another half hour.
No, we're good. No, we're good. I can go look it up. I don't need to trouble you with this.
Well, it's no trouble at all. The only issue would be just going back so far that you all have to like redo your sheets, which I don't
That's
think
what
should
I'm-
be an issue right now.
That's what I'm mostly concerned about.
Let me go back 91 more seconds, and if it's still not good, then we'll just call it. Still nothing?
Nope. Still nothing.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
It must have been erased like right around the beginning of the session then.
Maybe. I think I might know when too.
No, I'm sorry that happened. But all right, we did receive a storm card, so let's go ahead and change up the weather, shall we?
Oh no!
Oh boy.
Which one do I want?
Clearly, Groudon's having a very bad day. It's just suddenly bright, sunny drought.
Let's see, catastrophes. No. Hazards and disasters. Where did I have that? You can all continue your role play while I'm looking.
Okay,
He's just looking
so
pleased at himself.
So, I say we probably should get our bearings, figure out exactly where we are in relation to the town, and, you know, perhaps probably figure out a game plan from there, because I think else we'll probably just be wandering around in circles.
Jet's just kind of looking a little forlorn. Oh, so he's not a gross type?
You
You're
said
the
ghost
only
type?
dead one here.
I wouldn't
Oh, I
Call
guess I
him-
am dead.
call him dead. There should be a nicer term for that.
I mean, don't. I mean, I don't know how these
Uh,
typings work.
Am I undead?
Doc.
Oh, you need me? Sorry, I was looking through a book. Go ahead and say again.
Jet's starting to have an existential crisis himself.
I
Over
just
being
shoved
dead.
I just shoved my existential crisis onto Jet, and I'm feeling bad.
She kind of turns towards you and crouches down until she's eye level with you. And she kind of gives a very somber smile. You're not dead, but I am sorry what happened to your people. I really am.
What happened to my people? I
I
have people?
You do.
Rank up. Hold the line. This hamlet shall not fall.
Kura Maxine raided my stream with 2 viewers.
We'll continue this scene and then get to you in a moment, Kurama. Hello.
She kind of turns away. I don't think this is the best place to talk about that. You are going to want to be in a place that is more comforting for you. But what I can tell you is you are not dead.
Okay.
And she just stands back up with kind of a sad look. I'm sorry I can't really tell you more right now.
No, that's okay. Mostly.
You keep on mentioning these typings, and what are these typings?
Every Pokemon is born with a special essence within them. Some Pokemon are born with more affinity for the waters, others for the ground
Others.
that we walk. Say again?
Shudders at the sight of water.
No, I said water.
He's
No,
like
he's shuddering at
Dart
the
is like
sight of
in
water.
character shuddering.
Oh, you said shudders. Okay, I thought you said sewers. It's like, what?
I thought you said otters.
But yeah, every Pokemon is born with a special essence. Some have more proficiency for the waters. Some have more for the ground that we walk on, or the air that we fly, or that they fly through. What this means is that Pokemon can, well, in a way, control the world around them in very special ways. Being able to make the waters flow the way that they want to, or being able to make the lightning strike from the air. For
Like
me,
Druid.
and
They made
she-
plants.
yeah, for me, she kind of like waves her hands down her body, kind of showing off her plant-like form. You can probably take a guess that my affinity is for the natural life of plants.
Oh, I thought you did fire things.
But just as a word of warning, just because one has more affinity for certain types than others does not mean that surprises can't happen. For you, for example, and she points over towards Jolene, you may be surprised to learn that maybe you could even control such things as electricity or be able to bend steel.
Jolene looks at her with a curious look on her face and just mutters, "Bending steel, huh? Well, that wouldn't be too terrible."
I'm not an expert when it comes to all the typings and all the Pokemon in the world. That's for people far more knowledgeable than I. But what I can say is, do not be afraid to explore and know yourselves. You might find that you can do very surprising things if you put your minds to it.
Argus is just thinking now, and then he's like grunting and opening his mouth and like roaring, almost like he's trying to breathe fire, because he was told he's a dragon. He wants to breathe fire, but nothing's coming out because he can't breathe fire.
Do you even know that do you even, in character, would we even know what a dragon is, period?
Good
I know
question.
fire.
From what you can all understand, dragon does not so much bring about the image of a fire-breathing dragon from like Western mythology, but instead brings about the idea of indomitable, ferocious creature.
I still want to breathe fire like that Charizard.
Yeah, and that's perfectly fine. But it's more power that you imagine, not necessarily a specific kind of dragon.
Also, backtracking a little bit, Kurama, thank you so much for that raid. Welcome on in, everybody. I hope your stream went well, Kurama. We're just focusing a bit more on the game here, but I do still appreciate that raid, and welcome on in. For those not familiar here, we are doing Starlight Expeditions Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. It's a tabletop campaign we've begun running, and yeah, we've got lots that we do throughout the week, so hit that follow button, and do go check out the others that are also streaming this alongside me. Carry on.
All right, so I'm going to need something from all my players here. Give me I want you all to vote on either 1, 2, or 3.
2.
I like
Three.
3 best.
3 sounds fun. 3's a
I
good
like
number.
1.
3 it is then, I guess, it seems.
Yeah.
Okay.
No one likes number 1.
I think majority vote is 3.
Alrighty, I will go ahead and I will roll for your next weather.
Ooh.
Okay, got Okay. Don't look over here.
I was just looking at the dice while I was curious.
That's going to be interesting. As you all are kind of talking, you notice that the wind seems to be kind of picking up a little bit. It's not super harsh, but it is noticeable enough that you realize that the raindrops are kind of starting to be blown. Instead of going straight down, they're being blown at an angle.
The wind is picking up, you said?
Yes.
This wind is something. We should probably get inside now.
Yeah, we should really find some shelter somewhere.
Seconded. Definitely not back in the hole, though. I think Argus has had enough of the dark tunnel for today.
Maybe one of the buildings. Wait, they crumble.
And as you all are kind of looking around, kind of gauging what you want to do, you all actually notice something hanging above the fence that's kind of surrounding the area. So there's ruined buildings on both sides of you and in the back, but in the very front you can see what appears to be a metallic fence with a small metallic gate, and hanging from the gate is a sign.
Gonna read that sign if I can.
Yeah. Zerth would go to read that sign.
It's whipping in the wind, and it's a little hard to read because it seems like it's a bit on the older side, but it actually says, "This way to safety." And it's pointing to the right.
I say we follow that.
That's oddly convenient, but I can't argue in this weather.
I like convenience. I say we go right. Right is right.
Any opposition?
I can't oppose because we don't have a better idea.
I have to agree with that sentiment, darling. Without any specific reason to not trust it, we might as well give it a chance.
Okay. Are you all in consensus then that you're all going to go down the right path?
Yeah,
I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no one opposed.
As we go, can Argus pick up as many sticks as possible and fill his bag with them?
There are
I-
actually no
I-
sticks.
Dang it.
I stepped away for the restroom real quick, but Jet's response, well, that seems really suspicious. But yeah, I guess we don't have much in the way of anywhere else we could go, so might as well, I guess.
What's that could happen?
Never ask that question, darling. Never ask that question.
It's
Then-
a rhetorical question.
I love rhetorical questions. I love answering them.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
Alrighty. Then as you all are heading down the right path, you continue to see these like dilapidated buildings all around you. They appear to be made out of brickwork. Definitely very much on the way older side, to the point where many of them you can visibly see that they have collapsed in and on themselves. The path that you are on appears to be made out of some kind of a like pitted stone. It's almost like cobblestone, but it's so old it's actually getting hard to tell. There's many little plants and weeds kind of sticking out of the stonework. And eventually you reach a path, or you reach a little bit further along the path. You notice that there are trees lined up on both sides of the path. They appear to still be alive, but you can see that there are many fallen leaves on the ground on the road, kind of being blown around a little bit by the wind.
Argus will happily collect as many sticks as can fit in his bag.
You find a few little stakes, but nothing too big. They seem to be more better suited for like what do you call it?
Campfire wood?
Yeah, like campfire, like little
Kindling.
kindling. Which is kind of surprising, actually.
They're all my big sticks. They're only little sticks.
Well, let's keep going. The sooner we can get to safety, the sooner we can figure out what to do.
Can make a campfire when we get out of the rain. I have sticks. Argus is just very proud of the fact he can make fire now.
No fire.
But
Are you-
fire
Let's
is
keep
good.
on moving on before this weather gets any worse.
Right?
Yeah, let's just keep going.
As you all continue to move forward, you all eventually notice that there appears to be a hole in the ground.
No.
It is a rather large hole, and right above it is another one of the, like, a sign similar to the first one that just simply says, "The next one won't be so obvious."
There's another hole, and it's not obvious? Sneaky hole.
It should be noted that the road you're on is about like 3 units across. So if you have a hole in front of you, it is taking up the middle unit, and there are 2 units off to the side, one on the right and one on the left.
Argus is going to pull out his stick and hold it up like a Zelda character. Do 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 do. And then, start poking around on the ground in front of him to check for holes.
Okay.
I bet it's booby trapped.
Do you, like, can you give me an exact direction? Like, are you in front of the hole? Are you going to the right or the left?
He's going to go to the left, poking the ground with the stick in front of him as he walks.
Okay. As you are poking at the ground in front of you, on the left side, your stick eventually kind of plunges into the ground.
I think I found it!
Good job, Argus.
I did something smart for once! And then he walks over the hole. No.
Very good, darling. And I think Jolene's going to go over and start, like, she's going to just hover slightly above the ground on the right side and just start tapping with a small stick off the ground and to make sure that there's nothing going to cause any troubles on that side of the ground.
Sticks. Nature's multi-tool.
Go ahead and give me a strength check.
It's just pure strength.
Yep, pure strength.
I have 1. But that's okay. 1 is all I need, right? No.
Yeah, you don't really notice much of anything. Your taps are very light. You're kind of shuffling a few of the leaves around, but nothing really seems too much out of the ordinary.
Jolene's just gonna look at the others and kind of shrug and say, I can't find anything over here.
But we go to the right. And Argus is going to trust Jolene.
Okay. Can you
I'd be
tell
Dart.
me? Go ahead.
Dart was going to just pipe in. It's like, actually, Argus, I do like your plan. I think you taking the lead on that and just checking the ground ahead would be better.
But
You'd have it.
Jolene-
You have a bit.
I mean,
Not that I distrust Jolene, but you have a bit more weight.
but the left one is a trap, which means the right one can't be the trap.
Well, darling, that doesn't really necessarily track. They could have trapped both sides. That's why I went and started testing. But I'm also not the strongest of us here.
That's cheating.
Well, not
can't
everybody's
trap
fair.
We're all in this together.
Who's did you see rule book somewhere that I didn't see? Because for all we know, that is perfectly within the rules.
You guys didn't read the guild rulebook?
There.
You did not either.
Rule number 1, don't shirk work. Rule number 2, run away and pay. Rule number 3, smiles
None
go
of
for
that
miles.
is actually something that goes with this.
Very funny, Argus, Arum.
I kind of disagree. That it's not that funny.
I know, I'm saying this out of character, I'm sorry.
Oh.
The reason why is
Hard
because
to tell
it's
sometimes.
Yep.
It's from one of the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon games. It's their actual guild rules.
Yep, explorers.
Alright, so what are you all doing?
Our Argus is going to start poking a stick on the right side and try to find a path without a hole.
Alright. As you are poking around on the right side, your stick plunges into nothing.
So there's holes on both sides. I do not approve.
Maybe there's a space in the center of the road.
But the hole's in the
Why
center of the road.
do we have to go on the road?
Also very valid. We can walk along the side on the trees, where the roots are probably going to be supporting the ground and preventing such booby traps.
Maybe that's why there's no big sticks. We just look for areas with big sticks. They can't have big sticks on the traps because they go right through. See? As he pokes the hole through the ground again.
Though I do have to ask, why would a path to safety be booby trapped with holes?
Everyone knows you can't have safety without booby traps. You need booby traps to be safe from bad things.
Anyways, this is the main path, but like, is there something walkable along the trees, or are these holes pretty close to the trees?
They're fairly close to the trees, but you can see what appears to be the remnants of like a sidewalk. That the trees have grown so big that it's kind of like broken it apart and moved it all over the place. So it's rough terrain, but it's still somewhat passable if you're careful.
Definitely going to be poking it with a stick as I go.
I think this would be a little bit rougher, but it would be less likely for us to fall to our imminent demise.
You said rough. You are a dog type.
Alan, I'm worried about you.
I'm pretty sure all of us do. He says we're all a part of his horde.
Well, that actually kind of tracks, though, darling.
Hmm?
I don't know why, but for some reason, when I think of dragon, I think of a horde. And a horde can be anything.
Including the friends we made along the way.
I like that.
And a lot of dogs.
Appreciate the heartwarming moment, but it is getting very bad outside. Shall we pick a way to continue and go forward?
I'm okay with going on the sidewalk. I will poke it with the stick.
Hey, Argus, you lead the way. Poke it with your stick, and we'll just avoid the main path.
Jolene, don't fall down. That was a joke. I'm not being dumb this time, I swear.
Dallin, I found it funny. Don't you worry.
I'm questioning my own intelligence now.
What if, Jolene, you slammed into the ground?
I could do that, but then if I go through, I might go for a ways.
The wind has now at this point started to pick up enough so that both Doc and Julian are actually having a little bit of a hard time staying in one spot.
Maybe Jolene should get in a bag.
No, we should keep moving and stop talking.
Agree, let's
Yeah,
move forward.
Doc, why don't you hold on to my tail here? Orem, please mute yourself.
All right, so what are you all up to? You all going to go on the sidewalk?
Go on the
Yep,
sidewalk.
sidewalk with
Our
Argus
modest
going
fellowship
first.
expands. Praise the sub.
All right. As you all are going along the sidewalk, it's fairly rough terrain. You're having to go over tree roots. You're going past rubble, but you do eventually make it onto the other side of the hole.
And before we get on the path, I'm gonna poke it with a stick.
It seems fairly solid.
I'm going to jump on the path where I poked it with the stick.
It holds your weight just fine.
Okay, we're good.
All right, after we get off, where does the path move along anywhere else? Does it branch
I
off?
can dance on the head of a pin as well.
Hey Katzenhauer, the shotgun wizard, you have been given a tabletop cards pack through Stream Loots by Varencat. Good luck.
That was one of the legendaries, that's why it still got that.
No worries.
Fair.
Captain High, please make sure you've signed up for Stream Loots to get that pack. Carry on.
The path itself seems to be somewhat similar, but you do see that it eventually branches off into 2 points, and there is another sign.
Dart eagerly walks up to the sign.
It says, "Great job! This way," and it's pointing to the left.
Dart's just going to have I guess the most unamused expression on his face, just I feel like I'm being treated like a 5-year-old. And he's gonna say, and he's gonna say out loud, I'm starting to get very suspicious of these signs.
I like them. They're telling us where to go and that there could be danger things. It told us to watch out for more holes.
I feel like I'm being treated like a toddler. Oh,
I
congratulations!
really don't.
This way to safety. Oh, watch out! The next hole might be so obvious. Oh, good job! Go this way now. It's
Say we go that way.
I'm gonna follow the sign, but I'm gonna do it begrudgingly.
I feel like they're leading us into some kind of elaborate trap. This really does not seem fair to do.
The option we got.
Well, this is a group decision.
And the storm's getting worse. And we don't want Jolene to fly away.
Is Doc holding on to Jet's tail, by the way?
Yes.
Okay. Well, we really have no other options here, so might as well proceed. And Jet's gonna start heading down the direction the signs point.
Which way is
Still
the
don't
wind
trust
blowing
it,
from?
but might as well.
The wind is kind of whipping through the streets. It doesn't seem like it's coming from any specific direction at all. It's just kind of coming from in front of you and going behind you.
Okay. Jolene is going to position herself just right behind our Argus in such a way to try and reduce the amount of wind blowing her back.
Streamline. That won't be hard to do. I'm the biggest person and I have a Growlithe on my back.
Now at this point, I need to come up with your next encounter. Because this was something that I forgot. Because I want to do at least one more event before you guys reach whatever you're going to be reaching. Where
Our
is it?
untimely demise.
Where is it? So I do apologize real quick.
Not a problem at all.
It's fine. Sorry I've been silent a lot.
No, you're perfectly fine.
All good, everything okay?
Tired.
Sorry.
I guess it's the curse of someone gets tired, so it's my turn to be tired.
I'm gonna random. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I have to keep an eye on the time, kinda, because I have to go to sleep at as close to 2 my time as I can. So I might have to leave a little early, depending on how much you had planned for the day.
Well,
Because
this is meant. Hmm.
I was just say, I work at 9 a.m. my time.
Oh no.
Technically today, so the more sleep I get, the better. But I also don't want to be here for like, an hour and a half and then suddenly be like, well, I gotta go.
Let's make most of the time you have.
Yeah.
You have a point.
You got ahoy.
I'm trying. I'm going. This doesn't look.
Gotta go faster. Use extreme speed, Raygon.
I'm trying.
Hey, I don't think Vaporeon gets extreme speed.
Who says
I thought he was the
Vaporeon?
Ninetales.
Oh, you're right.
He's
But
a
wait.
Ninetales, and he's trapped in my basement, and I feed him orange berries, unless he doesn't go fast, and then he gets no orange berries.
That's just cruel.
Or are we going to have an intervention?
He's part of my horde.
I think I've got your next encounter that you can have. So as you all are kind of walking along, you can see that the trees themselves kind of begin to dissipate out, and only to be replaced with what seems to be a multitude of different pipes that is strung up between the buildings. And the pipes themselves, obviously being very old, some of them have broken, and you could see a clear liquid flowing from some of the pipes or dripping down. You're not really sure what it is, but it's kind of pooling on the streets here or there.
Can I grab a broken pipe?
Not without getting wet.
I'm already wet. I would like to grab a pipe because it's basically a stick, but stronger stick.
Argus, what are you doing?
Please don't disturb me while I plot to overthrow you.
I'm getting a bigger stick.
You can also see from one of the pipes is hanging a rather strong looking chain. And attached to the end of it is a cup.
Chain in a cup?
We should leave that be.
I'm definitely trying to take a pipe. One of the broken ones.
Argus, Argus, please don't. Like, we need to find shelter, not collect trinkets.
The pipes are actually too high up for you.
Argus has just like sad whimpering at the pipes.
You mentioned a chain and a cup, or a cup on a chain, or
Yeah, there is like a chain that's just kind of casually thrown over one of the pipes, and attached to the end of it is a cup.
Can Jet reach that?
Yes, you can.
Just gonna pull the chain and take it with him. How long is the chain?
It's probably about a good 5 feet.
Okay. Might be useful, especially for the captive.
Oh yeah, we could tie him up with my shreds of rope.
So if you're going to be grabbing
Is
that,
this the influence, by the way,
which one?
from Zoro?
Yes.
Okay.
So what do you all do? Do you continue to proceed through? Do you try to find an alternate way? Do you drink the liquid? Do you touch the liquid? What are you all doing?
Poke the liquid with a stick. One of the
Yes.
small sticks.
I'm thinking of just like, you know, carrying on through. This place is kind of giving me some bad vibes.
I want to poke the liquid with a stick.
What is
Yeah,
this liquid?
I just want to be. Yeah, that's what I'm wanting to test to make sure the liquid's not dangerous in case we come upon a spot where we might have to tread through it.
Okay. As you poke the liquid, it just simply ripples. It doesn't seem to affect the wood at all.
Can I lick the stick where I poked to taste it?
Oh no.
Are you sure you want to do that?
Yes.
You die. No. No, you can't really taste much of anything. The rain is just kind of beating down, and it's mixing in with whatever's at the end of your stick. It's hard to really tell what's there. But you're not dead.
I can't tell what it is, but I don't feel bad.
Argus, please don't lick unknown liquids. Please.
Especially since we
You
don't have a
guys let
shelter.
me lick Jolene.
Did you just say we let you do that?
You know what? We're wasting time. I don't want to know. Let's keep it going.
We're moving
Unless-
forward.
Yeah,
Moving forward.
Okay.
we're moving forward. I'm done with that shenanigan.
Are you all going to be marching through the liquid, or are you going to try to avoid it?
Just gonna put a paw in it.
Okay. It feels cold, with a similar consistency to water.
Well, he'll go ahead and walk through it then.
All right.
Provided we can see the bottom and it's not too deep.
Yeah, you can see it fairly well. I mean, there's a few little like dips in the pathway where the water had been falling for quite a while, but otherwise it seems perfectly safe. It runs through your fur. It actually doesn't feel too dissimilar to the rain that's already falling around you.
Well, nothing ventured, nothing gained.
I think this is just water.
It tasted like water.
You're telling that to me, and Dart's just going to like hesitantly like take the first steps and then like try to walk through as quickly as he can.
You get about as drenched as somebody who's quickly trying to walk through water.
And have many, many flashbacks of drowning.
But otherwise, you're unharmed.
Argus is going to splash through. Because he's big.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me an insight.
Oh no! Flat insight?
Yep, just flat insight.
Dang it.
Yeah, you don't notice that one of the puddles is a bit deeper than you thought, and you just kind of go right through.
Does it go in?
So
with,
I'm
like, a
underwater with Amos on my back.
Wait, does it go Kerplunk?
Yeah, he goes Kerplunk. He's just like kind of it's large enough you actually disappear.
Jet's not even gonna look back because he was already hearing the splashes from Argus, so another splash isn't going to phase him. And he was in front.
Jolene is going to be like, "Oh dear, well," and it's going to try and help get the sunken dino out.
All right, are you accepting of her help?
Oh, I don't want to be in the water.
I should have been splashing around then. It'll be a straight strength check to help.
Okie dokie. Don't fail me now.
Oh dear.
Jolene, is
The
Argus... Sorry.
The dinosaurs panicked, like splashing just a little bit, and unfortunately, you find yourself not strong enough, and you kind of get pulled in.
Gonna stop trying to help and now float to the top and be like, emergency.
Yeah.
Can I
Zerth looks
throw
over.
my rope out? Like one end of my rope out?
Yeah, for like all 1 foot of it.
Oh, I don't have much of it. 1 foot might be enough for them to pull me out. Throw!
All right, you got a wet rope lying there on the road, and you expectantly hoping somebody will grab hold of it.
Azurus walks over, somewhat unamused, pulls out his rope from his bag. Yes, he does have one. And puts in the water.
Okay.
I don't know if I know it's there. I'm underwater freaking out and drowning.
You're kind of like bobbing there.
Oh,
Grab hold, please.
okay.
Azurus, you got that.
Yes, I got the drowning dino.
I have a puppy on my back too.
Are you? I'm guessing, Azrith, you're just pulling him out alone.
Yep, I'm pulling him out of the water using the rope.
All right. Great strength check. Yeah, you get him out.
I'm all wet.
So, what did we learn?
That holes are back on the top of my fearless.
Darling, just be careful.
Thought I was.
You were trouncing through that like a child in the middle of, well, the rain.
No, I was just trying to get through.
I worry for him.
No, you were very much bouncing around and not being careful at all.
I will throw Amos at you.
Go for it. You'd be safer with us.
The wind has picked up once more, and Jolene, you're finding it very difficult to stay in the same spot, floating. And the rest of you are actually having a bit of a hard time walking forward.
Jolene is going to say, "Can someone take this bag and let me get back in it? Because I'm having some trouble here."
Absolutely. I'll go ahead and do so.
Jolene's going to hand the bag over and get back in the bag.
Jolene's bag. Not only does it hold all her accessories, but it holds our Jolene as well. Best purchase.
All right.
We're running out of time here. Do we try to keep on going? Or do we try to huddle down here?
We need to keep going because
I
there
would
would be a
say-
safe place.
I would definitely say try to keep going.
Make haste then.
All right.
Master.
As you all continue traveling down the path, you eventually come to a break between the ruined buildings. It's a small little, just kind of like this nook. You can see what appears to be a wooden house on the inside of that nook. It's kind of protected from the elements and the wind. And painted on a nearby wall is a happy face pointing at the house.
I think we did it.
If it let's get inside. If it wasn't, howling wind, I'd be more skeptical, but that is literally our safest spot
Yeah.
right now.
Everyone in first.
Jet's definitely pushing through to get in. After all, he's got both Jolene and he's leading the captive and Doc right now.
Argos is following as well. He has an Amos on him.
Okay.
Sleeping Growlithe.
Azurus will make sure everyone goes in before he heads in himself last.
You all manage to enter the building. It does not appear to be locked, and immediately there is a sense of relief as the howling wind kind of just begins to die down. There doesn't appear to be any drafts really within the home. It is a 2-story, and there does not appear to be much in the way of furniture in the initial room that you are in. It looks to be kind of a wide space, other than a single table.
Where are we?
I'm not really sure, but you said all there is in here is a table
Yep, just a table.
and nothing on it, I assume?
There is actually something on it. It's a single piece of paper.
Jet's gonna cautiously go over to take a look at it.
You can see on the paper, it says, "Welcome to my safe house. Please enjoy your stay. You can find supplies in the kitchen. Do try not to make a mess."
Jet's going. Is there a fireplace by chance?
There isn't one in the initial room, but there is one in the room just beyond it, which is, it's kind of a smaller room.
Yeah, Jet's gonna let Jolene out and just start looking around in the different rooms that are available.
Jet, what's on the note?
It said, welcome to their safe house, and no name on it or anything, but they said not to make a mess.
Well, let's go see what else this safe house has to offer. I'm just glad to be out of the rain.
Argus is gonna pull his sticks out and put them in the fireplace and start trying to light a fire with his meteorite flint and steel.
Okay. I will allow you to kind of be doing that. What is everyone else up to?
Azurus is gonna make sure the door is closed. And then see if he unlocks it.
I did say that Jet was looking into the other rooms.
Yeah, I just wanted to get what everyone was doing before I went on for that.
I'll accompany Jet.
And I shall accompany them as well after the door is closed and locked.
The house itself, and you do find a latch for the door. It's not the best door ever, but it holds it shut. The first floor that you can see is made up of about 6 different rooms. There is the initial room. There is a room that leads a little bit further to the back through a very small hallway. Attached to that appears to be a kind of a place with counters. And In that hallway, there are also two smaller rooms that are just kind of on either side of it. Looking in the left one, you can see what appears to be a small bedroom. Looking in the right one, you can see a rather strange and hard chair.
Right room
Okay.
has a strange chair.
So, is there anything else of description throughout the house?
Are you going up to the second floor?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Okay. You are able to get up to the second floor. The stairs are able to hold you. Up there, you find about 4 more rooms, each one similar in appearance to the bedroom that you found, containing about a single bed that appears to have a blanket on it and a single drawer. If any of you take a glance out of the back windows, you could actually see a rather spacious backyard, and there appears to be some dummies set up out there.
Huh.
Interesting.
I don't know about you, but I think I don't know where we are, but this might actually be a solid base just to kind of get our footing.
I'm rather inclined to agree. Jet's gonna look into. You said there was a nightstand with a drawer.
Yep, each of the rooms has a single set of drawers.
He's
Oh,
gonna
the
start
bedrooms,
looking
that is.
through them.
They appear empty for the most part, except for 1 or 2 of them holding some light reading material, it seems, but the pages are so old and worn that you can't really make much sense of them.
Well, he'll carry them down to the fireplace. The books.
Okay. At this point, you have managed to get a fire going. It's small, and the wind coming in through the chimney is kind of trying to put it out, but it is going.
I'm a fire type.
Good job, darling. Good job.
So
Getting good at this.
this place is definitely a safe house, everyone.
Do you think this might be related to the guild? I don't think safe houses typically have training dummy set up.
I think so. I feel like it was set up for us. Somehow.
Maybe Edge?
At this point, Dart's gonna ask. Oh, you
Go
first,
ahead.
Jet.
Well, I was just gonna say, I highly doubt that Edge would have set up something like this, let alone that it was set up specifically for us.
Dart was gonna turn to ask Doc, Doc, how far is this the abandoned zone from Starlight?
It's actually rather far away. It's near the edge of the city, I'm afraid. The reason why we call it the abandoned zone is, well, it's just kind of a dangerous place to be. The buildings in it are very, very structurally unsound. And, well, there is talk of monsters in the area, too.
Oh, dear.
How
Well,
intelligent are the monsters?
That I don't know. But from what I recall hearing from travelers, some can be as smart as you and I, and, well, others can be very, very brutish.
Maybe those signs were just more to filter out those who obviously couldn't read it.
I would imagine so.
Well, it's a good place to relax and rest. And those training dummies, we can learn to fight well out there.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to need some direction on that. I don't think I can fight.
Darwin, if I can fight, you can fight too. I believe in you.
Dart's just going to like plop himself down on like a decent spot away from the fire just to like start warming up a bit.
Can I push Amos into the fire since he's a fire type?
But
What?
Maybe it'll help wake him up.
I think that's a terrible idea, but you do raise a good point. Like what is happening?
I could think of much better options for trying to wake him up than that.
Okay, fair.
May I suggest you lick him repeatedly? That might be a better option.
I'll let you do that. I'm not the dog.
Oh, but you're a dog type,
I'll
clearly.
aid you if I can.
Azurus tries his best to not let out a laugh from that.
Doc at this point kind of... Go ahead.
As it's very easily visible that he's holding the laughter back.
Doc at this point kind of interjects and she says, I don't know if that would exactly be a good idea. There are plenty of fire types out there, yes, but that doesn't mean that they're all fireproof.
Funny thing is, I think he actually is if he has his flash fire ability.
right now, Intimidate is the one that he has put on his spot.
Ah, dang it. Okay, so he would get hurt.
Jolene is giving you the side eye at your talk of putting someone in the fire, by the way.
I'm just going to put him next to the fire then.
Despite the bad weather we went through, how is there? Could I estimate how late in the day it is, assuming days work as I think they should?
You can tell that it is sometime in the early afternoon at this point. When you had emerged from the tunnels, even with the clouds in the sky, you could tell it was kind of just like morning, mid-morning. And since your trip over, that has taken up enough time that it's pushing early afternoon to afternoon. It's still rather cloudy outside, so it's a bit hard to tell, but that's your best guess.
Alright.
Azurth is going to look around, see if he can find some resources to use.
Okay. As
Ted was
you
going to head to
Go
the
ahead.
kitchen as well. Or at least
As
the room
you-
with the counters.
As you all head over to the room with the counters, you begin, I assume, opening up some of the little drawers and cabinets, and you do actually find a small stash of goods. There appears to be some preserved berries. There are some hard rations, so things like granola bars or tack. And there even appears to be a small jar of some kind of yellowy substance.
Doc, what is this thing? Azurth holds up the yellow jar.
I'm not entirely sure. But if it's with the food, it must be food, right?
Probably. Don't let Argus near this, please. He puts it down. Then it goes and
That's a good idea. We should probably hide this from Argus.
Jolene's gonna just try to put that inside of herself. It's like best hiding spot.
Fair enough. Yeah, you managed to hide the jar.
Jet, what did Jolene just do?
I believe that Jolene just is holding it inside of her.
Best hiding spot there is.
I'm not gonna question.
I'm not so sure since he likes to stick or put sticks through you.
Yes, but at least normally asks.
He definitely did not ask the first time.
You can estimate from the amount of food that you all gathered that it is about a week's worth of food.
Sorry, my roommate decided to ask me a question. What happened?
I was saying, you can all estimate from the food that you found that it's about a week's worth of food.
And what was Jet saying? Because I heard partially what you said.
Jet said that Jet had said that Argus didn't ask the first time.
Ah, yeah. Well, that may be true, but at least the second time,
There was also a couple of times that he didn't ask you before when you were asleep still.
No.
Jolene gives him the side eye. Just like,
No.
darling, you know that's
Argus
rude,
isn't
right?
in the room with us right now.
Yeah.
You all continue real quick. I'll be back in about 30 seconds.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, Argus isn't in the room with us. Neither is Dart.
Oh.
Unless you did decide to get up and come with us, Dart. But Argus at least was doing the fire thing.
Yeah, no, Dart would have followed because at this point he doesn't want to be left in the dark anymore. There's already enough like unknowns as is.
Well, actually, the light would probably be right there with Argus. Because the fire.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like an inventory check is worthwhile, so Dart would follow along.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Jolene's not giving Argus a direct side eye, just looking at that direction. I'm assuming that it.
It's a complete lie.
I'm assuming we could all hear each other well enough, so it'd still be fine. But the statement still stands. Jolene would have said, "Darling, you know that's pretty rude, right?"
Actually, there was a couple of times that you stuck stuff into her, or at least talked about it. Maybe you didn't actually do it, but
No,
Jet,
I
did
wanted
overhear
to, but
you.
then you guys stopped me. So I never actually have poked her without asking other than the first time.
Still suspicious.
Maybe he didn't actually do it, but I know he was talking about it quite a few times.
What if?
So was all that in character?
Yes, we were speaking in
Part of
character.
it.
Part of
Okay.
it.
Yeah, the most of it, I'm assuming.
Everybody roll for me your absolute favorite roll. Insight survival alert, please.
Yay! 4 dice!
Yeah.
Oh, same amount of dice as normal.
Ow, Jet. That's only one. Oh, nice job, Argus.
Argus is by the fire. He can see everything.
Okay. As you all are kind of talking, you all actually hear a beeping.
Oh no, what's that sound?
What?
I don't like that sound.
Jolene is going to try and find the source of the beeping.
As will Dart.
It sounds like it's
We all
coming from.
scattered. Kind of.
It sounds like it's coming from up.
I will go investigate.
As I assume some of you get to the second floor, you realize that the sound isn't coming from any of the rooms there. It sounds like it's coming from even higher.
How do we get up higher?
Jolene, could you?
Jet, can you go up higher?
Azurth will look to find some sort of way to get up. Sorry.
I can try and go up.
Face to the
Jet's
floor
gonna try
again.
and phase up.
If you want to. To answer your question, Azurth, though, I will need an insight roll. Like an insight survival alert.
Could I do my own investigation, like, checking out, like, different rooms and stuff?
Sure. Azurth, go ahead and tell me, what room are you looking in? Are you looking in the hallway itself? Are you looking in the first, second, third, or fourth bedroom?
He's investigating the hallway first.
Okay. You do not see anything in the hallway. Though you do happen to notice that some of the substance on the wall there appears to be newer than it is downstairs. As for Jet, you do actually succeed in beginning to drift up, and then you stop. It's almost
He's
like you
trying to go higher.
Weren't you trying to float up or something like that?
Yeah, he was trying to float up through the ceiling and to find where the source of the beeping is.
Yeah. You actually stop. It feels like you just hit a physical floor.
So he hits the ceiling and it stops him.
Yeah, you just kind of bounce off of it.
Jet balloon.
I'm gonna try again.
Does this wall look newer? He pokes at it a couple times.
You try again, and it's the same result as last time. You just kind of bounce against the underside of the ceiling. Dart, what were you doing?
I was going to start investigating with the first bedroom.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me insight survival alert.
I actually already did. I did it at the same time Azurth did.
What did you roll, if you don't mind me asking?
I honestly had a question on how to read that. I just see, like, on the game thing, I see, like, 1x, 1x, 2 minus, 2 minus, 5 check. And then, like, a little, like, time sign 0.
So what happens is 2 1s will actually negate a success. So anything that is a 4 or higher is considered a success. Your 5 that you rolled, therefore, would be considered a success, but the 2 1s combined together eliminated it.
Okay, so that last number there is, I guess, like, how many successes I had?
Yes.
Okay.
So you're searching through the first bedroom, and you don't really find too much of note. Other than the bed is actually kind of a little soft.
He's gonna whisper to himself, "Dips on this one." He's then gonna proceed to the second bedroom. If Azurth wants to say anything to him when he's in the hallway, feel free to do so. But he's gonna make his way to the second bedroom.
Okay.
When Dart walks out of the first room, Azurth looks over and asks, "Hey, does this wall look newer?" And he's poking at it.
I do the regular insight survival alert just to take a look at myself.
No, now that it's been pointed out, you do see it, and it's like, yeah, it feels not as old. Can't really tell how or why, but it just doesn't feel as old as the rest of the house.
I don't know. Maybe it's some patchwork. Like, you know, this house seems old. Like someone must have been maintaining it. You chip out the rotten boards.
And
Jet.
yeah.
Maybe we should take a look at the other bedrooms and then take. Yes, Jet.
Can you see if there's anything on the other side of this door? No, sorry, not door. I meant to say wall. I should have said wall in character, not door.
Well, I can't seem to go through the ceiling, but sure. And
Have you tried becoming one with the darkness again, in the eternal night? No. Just head empty, no thoughts.
It sounds rather condescending when you put it like that.
Well, it worked the last time, didn't it?
That time I went through the floor.
Wait. Oh, that's when you fell on me.
Yes. Jet is going to try and get back down to the floor to try and go through the other wall. Or the one that is being pointed out to him.
Okay. You're still floating there. How do you try to get down?
Jet, stop imagining yourself as a balloon and more like an anvil.
I guess I could try. Well, maybe like a feather. He's gonna try thinking about feather.
Go ahead and give me a roll.
So he drifts down instead of just flap.
Don't worry, we'll catch you.
Oh no!
You're just bouncing along the ceiling and just kind of going down the hall slowly.
Are the windows closed? He's not gonna float away on us, is he?
Jolie, how do you do this?
I'm just also picturing just like a Rockruff just floating on the ceiling, just like doggy paddling for like he's like in space.
It's exactly what he's
It's a
doing.
Rockruff balloon.
I don't have the perfect gift for this.
Doc, Jolene, help.
Jolene is currently AFK, but...
Yeah, Jolene's going for the little pantry.
Okay, but what about Doc?
She's kind of downstairs, and there actually sounds to be a bit of a conversation going on downstairs.
Doc, help!
Can I? No, I don't want to touch you again. I don't want to get stuck in you
Help!
again.
She doesn't actually respond.
He is shouting it down towards her.
It doesn't sound like she's responding, but if anything, it actually sounds like the voices are getting a little louder.
Guys, check the
Very well.
check the stairs.
Okay.
I'm assuming like in character Jolene's gonna still be there, so maybe like Azrith and I can go downstairs.
Yes.
Alright,
okay,
I auto-failed the next, well, -1 to the next roll.
No, just a little draft kind of just like spins you around in the air.
Jolene, you keep an eye on Jet. Azrith, let's go see what's going on downstairs.
Okay. And Azrith goes with Dart.
I guess
Okay.
I'll just sit here and stare at Ghost Dog.
Fair enough.
Actually,
As you go ahead.
Actually, here, take the rope and throw it at him. See if you can get it. He pulls out his own rope. This is my rope.
Oh, that's a good plan. I didn't think of that.
Actually,
I will
let me do
be
it.
gladly throwing rope at the dog.
As you attempt to throw the rope at the dog, it's just passing right through.
This is a fun game.
Think solid thoughts. Think, you are heavy. You are material. You are real.
I think he's calling you fat.
You're a real boy.
All right, so who's heading downstairs?
Seemingly Dart and Azurus, right?
I think since the rope plan failed, yeah, we'll go downstairs.
Okay. As you head downstairs, you can hear a very high-pitched cry, "Let go of me!" And you can see Doc kind of struggling to hold onto the captive.
Oh boy, that one's awake. Dart's gonna rush over.
"Oh, you came back for a fight, huh? I'll take you all on." And he just kind of like struggling in her grasp. Not very successfully, but struggling all the same enough to cause Doc to
Our
struggle
modest
to
fellowship
maintain.
expands. Praise the sub.
You're awake now. How did you get a hold of him again?
That
Were you
was a
saying
jet
that?
thing.
Oh, Jet can't hear any of you. You're downstairs now.
Azrith, I think it's time for the chain.
Yeah, we'll go grab the chain.
I'm just going to walk on over and help in the pinning down of the bat creature thing.
Go ahead and give me a strength fight brawl. All right, I'll actually roll for him. Let's see. I got to get my Pokedex out. Yeah, he actually manages to resist you.
Here.
He's like struggling in her hands, like one wing manages to pop out. And with that single wing, he's just kind of flapping it and just going about all over the place no matter how much you're trying to pin him down.
Azurth will try to help, and more specifically go for that wing and pin it down.
Okay. Strength fight brawl. Pops out his other wing. And just somehow single-handedly is managing to bat both of you away just as he is like in that final last little grasp of fur that Doc has a hold of him.
Argus, help! Argus!
Argus, we need your help now, because this bat is really, really annoying.
I need help. Help.
You're fine where you are!
I guess Argus is coming downstairs with his rope as his pet dog is howling after him.
Can I leer? Can Azurus leer at the bat? To intimidate the bat?
Yes, you can.
Contest intimidate. Wonderful.
You miss.
Out of curiosity,
You leer at
the bat's fluttering around. Is he high off the ground, or is he at a ground level?
He's
still in Doc's
he's
hands.
about like chest height for a human being.
Can I try to jump up and bite at him? to like like grab a foot or something, or grab the wing.
You can try.
What would
Do
you
you-
like?
Do you have a move that allows you to do a bite attack, or
I do not.
Then we'll go with a regular strike.
Truly, this is the dankest dungeon.
Oh.
Zorro Arc 720 tipped $5.
And we come to our first viewer's choice.
Stream. Yep, I will do a poll now and let you know the results
Well then.
on Discord.
What have I missed?
Oh, is that Lyndon?
Yes.
The bat is currently getting free. Jet is still floating, and everyone's having trouble keeping that single bat grounded. I'm also going to take a look at the poll.
Yes. I left before the bat, so I don't know what that is.
No, it was our hostage.
Okay. So you have a hostage that is a bat. Okay. Are we in initiative to keep the bat grounded?
Not yet.
Not yet.
And
Okay.
to answer you, Dart, you are going to perform a strike, which is a dexterity fight brawl.
Okay, dexterity fight brawl.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of just like a generalized attack. All right. And the bat will try to resist. Yeah,
Very
it's
consistent.
I know, right? It just kind of manages to flutter right out of your reach and actually manages to pop out of Doc's hands and is now flying around the room.
Did I?
I
did
knew none
unlock-
of you could keep me. Just you wait until I tell the cult about this one.
A
Can
call.
Argus smack him with his stick?
He's actually higher than all of you right now.
Oh,
Uh,
can I throw the rope at him like a lasso?
Do you know how to make a lasso?
Can I throw the rope at him like one of those grappling hook things that wraps around and then pulls back like a Indiana Jones whip?
Do you have a grappling hook?
I have a rope,
You do have a rope.
and I could put a stick on it. Which
mean, you
that's
could
stick
attempt
the
to make-
grappling-
You can attempt to tie the stick to the end of it.
I
have a-
will do that.
I have a question because
Okay.
I cannot remember. Did I unlock tackle last time I was in game? Because
I want to say yes.
yeah, I say because I feel like I did, but I forgot to mark down in my anywhere on my sheet.
Yeah,
So-
feel free. I'm gonna say yes because I'm pretty sure I remember it.
Yes.
Yeah, you succeeded to tackle 3 times, but you didn't actually do any
It
damage.
shall be done, and done well.
Okay. So I
If
think
this
well,
hits, it's going to be a crit. If it misses, it is a fumble.
Oh no.
well, did somebody play that on Argus?
That
Yeah.
is the all-in, so the next attack.
Oh,
Good luck.
Yeah, I will attempt to tie the stick to the rope and throw a grappling hook. A homemade stick grappling hook.
All right, that's gonna take a little bit of time. Jolene, feel free to do your tackle.
yep. Jolene's going to do a tackle, which is dexterity, fight, and brawl, right? Right. So that's 5 dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Wow.
I'm impressed.
Ooh, very nice. All right, let's see what the bat rolls. You hit.
Which
Very
means
good.
auto crit.
I say feel free to roll your damage on that one.
Please add 2 damage dice to your damage pool. That is how crit rules will work.
So strength +2 +2 to the damage.
Yes.
Okay, so that's for this it's the amount of dice, right? So
Amount
it'd
of
be
dice.
strength +2 dice +2 for the.
Crit, yes.
Okay, so I'm rolling a total of 5 dice.
And
For
no
damage.
negations can happen from ones.
Your damage.
Yeah.
All right,
Ooh,
you
damage.
slam into that Woobat, and both of you kind of go spinning through the air before eventually just kind of sliding along the ground, with the Woobat very clearly having their air knocked from their lungs. Just oof.
Uh,
Jet, go ahead and roll me another 1d6, please. As you are floating along the, bouncing along the roof, your body begins to phase through the wall leading outside.
Oh
He hasn't stopped crying out so far, so nobody's gonna have a clue any difference.
You can
Oh,
actually
boy.
feel the wind brushing against your tail, and it's picked up.
Oh no.
no! This is why you shouldn't be phasing through things.
With the Woobat knocked down, Jolene's just gonna say, "Now you be cooperative, darling. I do not want to have to do that again."
Is he not, or is he just spinning?
Say again?
Was he actually knocked down?
Yeah, he was knocked down. He was knocked out of the air.
Okay.
Very well.
And it sounds like we got the results of the poll, so I will go ahead and I will integrate that for all of you. Seems chat was kind to you.
Yay, I get a +1 to die to my next roll.
Oh, somebody gave you a helper?
A gamble.
Ah, very nice.
Yeah, poor Jet bouncing.
So the Woobat is just kind of like,
Azurus will pounce on the Woobat.
And
will join in.
Argus will tie him up with the end of the rope that is not tied to a stick.
Chain. Argus, chain.
I don't have a chain.
so you all kind of pounce upon the Woobat. It's now pretty easy to keep him down. And go ahead and roll me what would be a good one? Go ahead and roll me a dexterity, survival, nature.
Which one of us?
Argus.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, that's my best one. That is literally my best thing.
Oh, good thing we don't count that then.
Yay.
I'm
Okay, there goes my
Ooh.
best one.
It's a shitty knot, but it does its job. Barely.
good.
And then I need to work on untying my stick.
I'm gonna go check up on Jet now. He's still crying out for help. He walks up the stairs. Jet! Jet,
Go
how
ahead
bad
and
of
make
a...
your next roll.
Ow! No!
About 2/3 of your body is now phased out of the house. And you could feel your back legs kind of like being swept up by the wind a little bit.
Oh.
Ted just looks absolutely pitiful, and he has finally just given up. He's not crying out for help anymore. Help's not coming. He's just looking down at the floor. Ears drooped. This is my life.
Jet is about to fly out the window. We need all hands. Please, now.
Not a window, that's the wall.
Wall.
Hearing that, Jolene would dash up.
Yeah, you whoever goes up actually sees the poor pup. About, like I said, about 2/3 out of the building. You can see, if you look out the window, you can see his legs being swept up by the wind, and just kind of his tail whipping about.
And can I get to him and try and see if I can manage to somehow pull him back in?
Dart's gonna run up to him, just like, Jet, solid thoughts, you are heavy, you are one with the earth.
Yes. Not enough ale.
Is that actually, wait a second, is that our second reroll or is that our first reroll?
First.
Okay.
So, somebody's trying to grab a hold of Jet.
Yeah, Jolene is trying to.
You are trying to get a hold of Jet, but you're phasing through him.
Darling, I don't think we can help you unless you stop this incorporeal thing.
I'm trying.
You are heavy. You are one with the earth. Just like, calm down. Just be grounded. Don't panic. Actually think. Or maybe don't think. Maybe it's like a light switch.
Forward.
He's going to go ahead and try. You know,
Go ahead and make a roll.
heavy thoughts.
As you fly away.
Nice. Finally, you get a 6.
Your body is slowly being pulled out of the building until finally one of your paws just kind of re-solidifies and gets caught on the wood.
So is he currently like everything except for that one paw inside the house, the rest of him outside?
Yeah, more or less. They can still kind of see a little bit of like your muzzle and face like through the wall, but otherwise it's just that one paw.
When he's Darlings, one of you strong ones try and pull them in now.
How high is Jet
Yes,
up on the wall?
I will.
Is he on the ceiling or?
He was near the ceiling, and it is kind of high up. It's high enough that you all would have to like make a jump up to reach him.
Azareth is already doing this.
Well, I was gonna say, Azareth, do you think you could throw me?
Throw the dart!
I maybe like bite onto his paw and try to drag him back down to reality.
Better idea. I run up. Are you strong enough to pull him back in? Because I'm confident in my strength.
I am definitely not confident in my strength.
And Azareth is running towards the wall, and he's gonna run up it and grab Jet's paw.
All right, go ahead and roll me
Very
a
well.
dexterity survival athletic.
Azareth needs to take a gamble.
Oh. That last one was a 6. Oh no. Oh, hang on.
Well, no, you'll need to re-roll it all.
Oh, hang on. I have to do this. Hang on.
Just roll roll a single die. If it's 3 or lower, it's minus a die. If it's
Time for
4 or
bashing
above.
something.
You get a die.
Okay, I get 4 dice.
Oh, hey. Wostein has given you an automatic 6.
Can I just keep the roll as is? Or do I have to reroll?
It'll be a reroll,
Okay.
but you do get 1 success automatically.
So I just roll 3?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll just roll 3. Again.
Yeah, you manage to clamber up, and you are just able to grab onto Jet's paw. Now you're just kind of hanging there with your hand on his paw, or are you biting him, or are you holding on to him with your claws?
I'm holding on them with my claws.
Okay, you're kind of hanging there, almost toddler style, as you're holding on.
And then he's gonna push himself off the wall while grasping Jet.
Okay. Go ahead and roll for me a strength survival athletic.
You're all just hearing muffled howling mixed with the wind outside.
You manage to just slowly but surely pull Jet just a little bit back through until about half his body is back in.
You're doing great, Jet. Keep it up. That was with 2.
But now you're kind of far away from that wall, so you can't really just like push yourself off of it again.
Well.
Need a hand there, Azareth?
Pull me. Pull me. Or I'm gonna bite this paw and walk backwards.
Okay, I'm gonna like reach up and try to like grab onto Arzareth and like try to use my weight to help bring him down. And if I start slipping, I'm just gonna like just bite into him.
All right, go ahead and roll for me a strike. See if you can latch on. So
That was
dexterity fight brawl. Okay, it's not a very good hold, but you do manage to get a hold.
Curse
You can't-
this. Dart just saying in character, curse this unfamiliar body.
Yeah, you kind of slipping a little bit, but you do have a little bit. You feel like you could probably give one good tug before you pop
You
off.
will fall yet.
Jet, go ahead and roll me another 1d6, please.
Looks like I got a boon of an additional die.
Oh.
Nice.
Yay!
Oh,
Nice. You are slowly thinking heavy thoughts, and you're sinking down the wall. A little bit more of you becoming materialized. Now you have 2 paws that are materialized.
Wow, this is taking a while to pull him in.
It's a very powerful wind.
How is the wind not just blowing through me out there?
Magic.
This
The
is just
same
the
way
storm
you can
card in action.
breathe. It's the same way you can breathe while you're incorporeal.
Jolene's just gonna start pushing on it was Azareth that has
Yes.
hold of the paw. Just trying to push him down farther and make this go a little quicker.
All right, go ahead and roll me a strength.
Yep.
And I believe Dart, you're hanging on. Were you going to give a pull as well?
Could I reinforce that pull with a bite just to have like an extra leverage on there?
Sure.
Great fun! Right, Boo?
But yeah, I will help pull down.
All right.
There we go. Ooh. Jolene not strong.
Jolene not strong and all. You're kind of like flapping.
Influence.
Oh, let's take a look at the influence. Yeah, sure, why not?
Oh no.
Oh boy.
Also,
did you get the Curse of Junk from earlier?
Yeah, that was
Was that
the cup.
Yeah, the cup and the chain. I wondered.
Well, the chain was from something else.
Oh.
Anyway, Dart, yeah, you can grab a hold. Go ahead. If you want to give a tug, feel free.
Same as before the clash, just the dexterity
Yep,
fight
just
roll.
strength fight brawl. Because now you're putting your strength into it. You accidentally let go.
Dart.
Last roll. Jet, go ahead and make your last roll here. See what your ultimate fate is.
Oh no.
You managed through enough. You managed with enough scrambling and whining. You're able to pull yourself back through the wall, and you plop down into the group with a big tumble of just bodies and limbs. Now I get to make a roll.
Go for the eyes, Boo! Go for the eyes! Rusk!
And you get stuck at Azareth.
How stuck?
Let me see. What did the influence say?
You have become one.
About that one.
You are allowed to deny.
Yeah, that one's
wanna
gonna have
deny?
to be. That's gonna be a deny because there's no realistic way of allowing it to happen.
That's fine. You don't really need
Sorry.
to give an explanation. You can deny for any
Yeah.
reason.
I deny because I am not in the mood.
Anyway, Azareth and Jet, you are. You're holding on to each other paw to paw. That's how you're stuck.
Aw.
How romantic.
You two are never going to live this down.
Jet is gnawing off his paw.
You can stop fighting now.
Good point. He's gonna start gnawing off Azareth's paw.
Azura starts walking the best he can towards the unusual wall and is pointing out, so this thing, he bumps against it, is what I want to point out.
How about you two go downstairs and figure out how to, like, unseparate and keep an eye on the hostage? You know, leave Jolene and I to, like, take a look at this further until you guys are back on your own feet.
I don't think there's just a consensus that Argus is not going to contribute to anything.
He hasn't contributed to anything.
He's currently sitting on the bat downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
that's a very important role. Like, don't disregard that.
Okay.
Then why are you sending people to watch the hostage?
Azura
Because it took like 4 of us to get him last time.
Azura
I'm scared.
thinks about it, realizes Argus downstairs, like, I'd rather not go downstairs with Argus, please.
All right, I'll try and phase through. At least I'm attached to you this time, so I won't go floating away, right?
Unless you both go floating
And he's
away.
gonna try and float through the section of wall.
All right, go ahead and make a roll.
And this is where it turns out he makes the entire house corporeal. And the house is floating away.
You do manage to get ethereal again. You get to the wall, and you bounce off of it.
I can't seem to go through it. Is my power? Am I broken?
No, we're
yes.
stuck together. Ah, Dart,
I
Jolene.
couldn't go through the ceiling either.
Sure went through the wall.
Well, there's the
Yes,
continuous
Azureth?
beeping. You two go find something to open this. There's
Yeah.
something beyond this, probably.
Is there like a gap in the panel?
Yeah. I was about to say, is there any like gaps or cracks in the wall?
There
Okay.
isn't a gap, but you do notice a like bump going down the wall that is covered in this like white substance. Like-
Could.
Mhm.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No, I was just simply saying it's the same white substance that you see kind of plastered all over the wall, except for the one, like it's on the ceiling, it's on the wall. The only place it doesn't seem to be plastered on in that space is just the one wall that leads to the outside. That appears to have a much older substance on
None
it.
shall see
That's just like
me.
flaking off.
Oh, my battle cry may give me away.
That kind of like bulge in the wall that you described, like, is that on an interior wall, an exterior wall?
Interior.
Dart's gonna walk up and like
Influence?
try to give it like a test poke with his claw.
When you give a test poke with your claw, it kind of like punctures through the material, and you can feel like a very slight gap there.
Well, this part doesn't seem too hollow or too solid. Gotta,
And
like-
I'll accept that influence, Chet.
He's gonna back off and like just kind of point that out to the group.
So there's a gap.
And I believe Jet, you and Azra, they're heading downstairs.
I have no clue.
No.
No.
That was his suggestion on my part, and they denied it.
Gotcha. Well, as you both are kind of just like watching the proceedings, you kind of see without realizing it that one of your paws kind of slips free from each other.
Well, we're a little closer to freedom.
Why? Is that
You
we
really
always...
gotta stop sticking yourself inside me, Azareth.
You... You need... One moment.
While they're doing that, Jarrett's just going to continue investigating this little gap in the wall, like maybe trying to like open up a little bit more, trying to find where that edge is.
You
Yeah.
need to... I'm sorry.
I was just saying, as you're
Well,
investigating
Edge
the
is
wall,
off on Edge is off on a mission for the Guildmaster. Remember?
Hmm. So as you are kind of like poking and prodding at this hole, you realize that there's kind of like a seam there, and if you run your claw down or up that hole, you can see what appears to be a very edged gap there. Just a slight one between something and the rest of the wall.
And Jolene try and squeeze herself through this gap.
You read my mind.
Yeah, you can. Go ahead and give it a shot. 1d6.
1d6. Oops. I was tapped into Discord. Did not even realize. Boofy.
Yeah, you managed to kind of just like your way through.
the bottle, the jar that was in me, also having forgot about that, is going to probably fall to the ground unless somebody catches it.
And we'll try catching it.
Yeah, you managed to catch the bottle as it kind of gets revealed slowly enough.
Yeah. Because Jolene didn't even think about that. She just noticed a gap and was like, oh, might as well try it.
Okay, I'm seeing weirder things. You okay behind there, Jolene?
What does Jolene see?
You can see what appears to be a very dark, very empty hallway.
Rank up. Hold the line. This hamlet
It
shall
holds
not fall.
a raid. Okay.
Zykrivali raided my stream with 5 viewers.
Zyker, thank you very much for that read, and welcome on in, everybody. I am Razim, and right now we are doing our Starlight Expeditions Pokemon Mystery Dungeon tabletop campaign. Welcome on in. Thank you so much for that raid. I hope your stream was fantastic. I'm going to be in the chat, but do make sure that you all hit that follow button and come join us again. And also make sure you all go check out my friends who are also streaming alongside me on this. Carrying on.
Jolene is going to say, "Well, I'm fine. There's a really dark, long hallway back here."
And you can see right behind you what appears to be a door. It's got a simple wooden board kind of stretched across it.
I'm going to try and pry that board off.
Varian would like you to be much more descriptive, Rygon.
All right. So this board, right? It appears to be around, I don't know, a few hundred years old. It's dry, it's cracked, it is dusty. Just a simple touch of it is almost causing it to seemingly fall apart in your hands, Jolene. It's got a bit of a knot on one end, and it releases a bit of a dusty smell that almost causes you to sneeze. The hallway itself that you are in, though it is rather dark, seems to have 2 strings of wires going along both sides of the wall. The wires themselves look to be relatively brand new. There is nothing attached to them, but you can hear a faint buzz going through them all the same. The only other thing that you can see within the hallway is a small bottle that is just a little bit further ahead. The bottle itself is made of a green glass-like thing that you can see in the sliver of light being produced from the crack in the door. And you can tell that there seems to be kind of a murkish red liquid inside of it.
I think Jolene's going to try and get that door to open before she continues.
You are able to kind of pull the board up and place it against the side of the wall. And with a little bit of a shove, you're able to open the door completely.
Meanwhile, Jet's trying to get unstuck from Azareth.
You really need
Roll a
to
1d6.
You need to stop getting yourself in sticky situations.
With what seems to be an almost comedic level of handshaking, you're eventually able to shake each other off.
Great. Now stop sticking yourself in me. Remember, consent.
You need to stop trying to get yourself in unusual situations to where you could be hurt. Like, floating out the wall.
I haven't been hurt yet.
He squints.
Mm-hmm.
Would you rather be stuck inside Argus?
Oh, definitely not.
Okay, that's just mean. That's just and Dart's just saying this. Okay, that's just mean.
Probably. Sorry. I'm gonna...
Might be interesting if it happened with Jolene, though.
Jolene's gonna chuckle and say, It'd be very interesting if you managed to somehow get stuck in a liquid, darling.
Actually, that is rather an interesting thought. Jet's gonna look over at Dart. Science?
Perhaps later. Just as a clarification, Jolene has actually opened this door in front of us, correct?
Yes. You
Oh.
can all see inside the hallway. You can see the bottle. You can see the wires. You can see everything.
Oh.
Great fun! Right?
All right. You know what?
The-
But you know, I'm gonna go check on Argus and everyone downstairs. Let's not go in until we're back.
Okay, but reminder, there's still the beeping that we're trying to find. Why does it say I'm a dummy?
And Dart's gonna proceed downstairs just to give the status update down there.
Yeah, sure, I'll accept that.
Influence. Okay. Yay.
Oh no, Jet is not happy.
So before you all head downstairs, Argus,
Don't teach my hamster to suck eggs!
But just for clarification, I think Dart's the only one heading downstairs. I think everyone else is staying upstairs unless they want to follow.
I'm
yeah,
staying
this
upstairs.
is before you head downstairs.
I'm
Argus?
downstairs.
Yeah. What's up, Sim?
I'm just going to say no to that one myself, Zoro. I'll send it to Azareth and the DM, but I don't really want that on Jet. But this does impact both of our characters, so we do each get a say on whether we allow that or not.
I mean, I personally don't really mind, but this is a call between you two.
No, I'm gonna disagree with this one. I would like to deny this one. The thought is cool, but no.
Okay.
Not now. Not for...
Maybe after a few more stickings.
Maybe.
So, Argus,
I'm sitting on a bat.
you can see something outside.
Is it bad?
That's subjective. What you do know, though, is that it's big.
Guys, there's something out there. Is it a monster? Doc, is that a monster?
Doc is kind of... She's looking outside the window, and she gives you a slow nod. I don't think we should be talking right now. Hey, what do you mean? What's outside?
I'm gonna bonk
Doc
the
kinda-
bat on the head of my stick.
Yeah, Doc kind of puts her hand over the bat's mouth, and you bonk him, and that tells him more than enough that he needs to be quiet. All right, Dart, you head downstairs. What do you do?
Do I see and hear the commotion, or am I completely oblivious?
You're completely oblivious.
I'm just gonna walk back down to the room and just be like, okay, looks like we found a different passageway upstairs. What?
I'm just pointing at the window.
At the window, you can now see that there is a large shadow being cast within the room. And you can hear the sound of sniffing.
Okay, I'm gonna tell everyone upstairs to be quiet.
Argus gives a thumbs up and a whimper.
Yeah, and Dart's just gonna just carefully make his way upstairs.
Go ahead and roll for me a dexterity check.
Slot dexterity?
Flat dexterity. You go up 1 step, 2 step, 3 step, and then on the 4th step, as you press your weight down onto the wooden board, you hear what sounds to be the beginning of a creak, and you quickly stop yourself.
Is it possible for you to step over that one?
You can try. Yes.
I will try.
All right. Go ahead and do another dexterity roll.
We have a reroll.
Do you want to use a reroll?
We do have one available, yes.
I mean, that's up to you guys. I feel like this is a silly thing to use a reroll on, but
I'm all for it.
It's towards the end of the session. Or
oh, wait,
it
let's
could
use
be.
let's use the reroll. Single reroll or both of them?
Both of them. You do manage to kind of step over that step, and you slowly continue making your way up the stairs, and you manage to get to the very top successfully.
I'm just going to like use a paw to wave at them and just like bring it to my muzzle and be like, shh.
And right at that moment, Jet starts floating again.
Face paw.
Azurth looks up and like, oh, no. And has the face of, oh no.
What do you do, Jet?
He lets out a very quick yipe and but otherwise is trying to be quiet whilst fighting off panic and thinking heavy thoughts again.
When you give off that yipe, you suddenly hear something outside move around. Like everyone hears something move around, and a giant muzzle kind of passes by the upstairs window, and an eye appears in the window.
Wait a sec, this thing must be large, holy.
What do you all do?
Keep calm, carry on.
Azurth just sits there frozen. In fear.
Okay.
It's doing very much the same, just like, just stay still, stay still. Nothing's happening, everything's fine. You're not about to get eaten.
Jet, you're kind of bouncing slightly against the top of the ceiling.
He is doing his absolute best to not move. Right now he's focusing on don't move. Don't move. Don't move. I am solid. I am something anchor. Anchor. Yes. Anchor.
Very well.
I would
And
like you.
Go ahead.
I was saying I would like you
Art.
all to roll a dexterity survival stealth, please. And that goes for everybody.
Yeah. I will have to go here in just a minute because I need to get some sleep for work.
I subtracted the die for this failed skill gamble. And all right, I hope you sleep well. Thank you for coming by.
Yes, thank you so much, Jolene.
Thanks for joining.
I hope you like
it's
your
always
bag.
great to have Jolene.
What's up?
Yeah. Have to exit.
It's always great to have Jolene.
Yes, it is. See you, Lyndon.
Yep. See y'all. Y'all have a good night.
Rest
too.
well.
Now I just have to get back to Discord so I can actually exit the call. There we go. Good night.
Good night. You all managed to hold probably the stillest you've ever held in your entire lives. Nary a breath is even let out. The eye blinks once, twice, and then it passes by the window. You can hear the sound of something large moving away.
Another loyal devotee.
As out of nowhere, we hear that. You were saying?
I'm just simply saying, like, yeah, it's you can feel kind of the shadow that was on the house kind of pass by.
Okay, I think it's past. I really need a hug right now.
Hug, please. I know you're not incorporeal. Jet, come down.
I'm trying.
Jet, like this is gonna be like Dart hugging Azrath, just be like, and then like looks at the Dart, like Dart, or sorry, Jet, come back to us, Jet.
Come back to us. Azurth reaches out one of his four limbs. Oh, to us.
Slowly, almost like a snake that's being fluted. Jet kind of just like floats back down and settles onto the floor.
Yay!
I really need to get the hang of this.
Or just doing it.
What?
Shrug.
Okay, I'm gonna go back down and do what I originally intended to do.
Okay. You are watching the Woobat.
Yeah, I just like, okay, now that that's passed, we found a bit of a hidden passageway upstairs. I want to just keep you guys in the loop on that. How's this the little one doing?
He's soft.
You doing a great job, Argus.
Yay! Just holding the bat under me. Basically like sitting on its wings.
If you have any problems, yell.
Think I'll have problems.
Cool. You go down here?
Yeah.
Just want to make sure.
As long as no more scary monsters come, I'll be fine.
Cool.
If a scary monster comes, you'll be the first to know.
Cool. If we need you, we'll shout. And Dart's gonna start making your way back upstairs.
Okay. Yeah, you make your way back upstairs, though you do kind of instinctively don't put your full weight on that one step, and you make it the rest of the way. You're up there. Jet is doing fine. Jolene's just kind of hanging out in the doorway.
Okay, so
you all can very clearly hear that beeping.
Alright, so looking through this hallway, there's just, like you said, 2 wires and like a red jar.
Yeah, 2 wires that are kind of going along the upper edge of the hallway, and just a small little green like bottle that's just a little in the door, just a little ways in.
Real quick, let's go ahead. Let me do something here on the Discord real quick.
Sure.
I made a new channel for tabletop games.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
only those should have access do have access.
Sounds good. And yeah, in the back of the hallway, you can very clearly hear some kind of a beeping, and it's just blackness back there.
Hey, Jet, do you have that? Actually, you know what? Maybe not best to have flashing lights at the moment. Yeah, I was about to suggest that glowing stone that you were messing with, but yeah, I don't want to draw attention.
That might be better not to.
Are the wire, from what we can tell, are the wires like hooked up to that bottle, or is that just like bottle just like randomly in the hallway?
It's just kind of there. It's dusty. It's old. Maybe has a little bit of a cobweb on it, but otherwise, it's just kind of there. The wires are stretching further on into the blackness. They are connected to a switch, however.
What is?
Do you think that switch is the source of the beeping?
That's a switch?
Well, I mean, nothing ventured, nothing gained. Jet's gonna try and flip it.
Okay. You can see a light turn on in the back. It's just, a little bit around the corner, but you do see a light just kind of light up back there.
Huh.
It turned on a light.
Azureth starts walking.
Fancy. Okay, I'll walk in.
Okay. As you walk in and you kind of go up a small little set of stairs, you eventually come to what looks to be a bit of an attic space. There are some like little boxes scattered here and there, but it seems like the majority of the space is actually occupied by a bench with a variety of mechanical instruments on it. And front and center appears to be the source of the beeping. A complicated looking box with a single metallic tube going up towards the roof before vanishing into the roof. On the front of the box, you can see what appears to be a lever, a knob, and a bright red button. On the side of the box, you can see what appears to be a small cavity.
I have no clue what this is. Except similar to that place we were in with Druid?
Jet is gonna look at it, see if there might be anything he can read.
It looks cobbled together. Any bits and pieces of language that you can see don't really make sense in context. One thing here, for example, says like Johnson Industries. Another one over here says, best to say it, this side up, and so on and so forth.
Please tell me that it's upside down.
Oh, it is.
So it's a jet box.
Jet, he's gonna press the red button.
Is that a good idea?
Yeah, don't really know, but
nothing actually.
Maybe it'll turn off the beeping.
Nothing actually happens. The beeping just kind of continues at a very slow, steady pace. Whatever it is, it doesn't seem to have activated. But you turn on in the cavity space.
Is it still on?
Yes, it is still on.
He's gonna try looking into the cavity space.
As you look into the cavity space, you can see that it is very, very specifically designed. And you feel like whatever's supposed to go into the space, you've seen somewhere before. You can't quite put your finger on it, though.
It was at this moment that he knew.
he fucked up.
What's happening there, Jet?
I feel like there should be something that goes in here, but I don't know what. Let's try one of the other things. He's gonna pull the lever.
Okay, you pull the lever, and you hear the machine kind of power up a little bit. And the beeping gets a little bit faster. It just goes whip, 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 whip. But otherwise, nothing else seems to happen.
Does the lever go back up after he pulls it, or does it stay where he left it?
It kind of like slowly starts to go back up before locking itself back into its original position.
Maybe try the knob?
Yeah. We'll try the knob.
You hear the beep change pitch. So instead of it going whip, whip, when you turn it to the right, it goes whip, 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 whip. And when you turn it to the left, it goes whip, 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 whip.
Is there
turn it
any
back to where it was?
Is there any like particular like pattern to the beeps, or are they just like a consistent beep beep?
It's just a consistent beep beep.
Is this like, and he's saying this, Dart's saying this aloud, like, is it transmitting something? Like, is this?
I don't know.
I don't understand this.
Well, it
thing
seemed
at
to
all.
do more if we pulled this lever, so let's try pulling it again.
Just kind of the same thing. The beep gets a little bit more rapid. Whip, 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 whip. But as the lever slowly goes up, it just kind of settles back down into its slow, steady beeping.
Oh, you didn't mention that before.
Huh. Yeah.
That it settled back down.
Yeah, it settles back into its regular rhythm of beeping once the lever goes back up.
I'm gonna pull the lever. You try pushing the button there at the same time.
Okay. So, okay, on 3. 1, 2, 3.
And he pulls the lever.
Dart pushes the button.
You can hear a sucking sound coming from the cavity, almost like a vacuum was just activated.
A generous bestowal.
What did you guys just
Theron
do?
Cat tipped $10.
Thank you so much for that donation. The next tier has been completed.
Thank you so
Let
much.
me get that poll going.
Dart's just going to like turn to raise paw up, like, science?
Azareth, go check the hole.
Okay. Azareth goes and checks the hole.
Okay.
Unsure of what's going on.
As you check the hole, you can see at the very top of the cavity there appears to be a little opening that has opened up, and you can see a kind of a reddish substance on the inside of it. Otherwise, it's the same. You recognize the shape, but you can't quite place where you've seen the shape before.
There's this red thing on it.
Blood?
It's this weird substance. I can't place it.
Where is it? Let me take a look.
Azareth points it out and moves off to the side.
I'm having doubts given my little experience that I would recognize anything, but I'm curious what I'm actually looking at.
Okay. As you are also looking in the hole, you see kind of the same cavity. It's circular in a sense. So it's not like sharp edged. It's very circular, almost cylindrical. And you can see, as also at the very top, that a little like slot has opened up, and on the inside of the tube, you can see just that same reddish substance.
What kind of is it? Like liquid, solid, air?
It seems like it may have been a liquid at one point, but it's dried out.
Dart's going to like. Can he like carefully like try to wedge a claw into there to like try to like scrape some of that substance off?
Sure.
And he
Go
proceeded
ahead.
to do so.
Okay, as you're kind of scraping your claw on the inside on the substance, you can hear a little when you do so.
One more time. We couldn't hear you.
It was like,
Oh, it's really high pitched. Okay. Jet, what do you think about this?
About the E? About the E there?
I don't know what this is. It's... I can't put words to it. Can I try and recall where I've seen this before?
sure. You can go ahead and give me an insight.
Jet's gonna try it as well.
All right, go ahead. Jet, you're at a loss. You're not quite sure. Azareth, you feel like you've seen it recently. Whatever you're supposed to put in that cavity, you've seen it recently. Like very recently.
You know, my brain just clicked a little. Could I also try making the same check? Because I have an idea, but I want to do it in character.
Sure.
Just basic insight?
Yep, basic insight.
What if it's... the jar?
I was just thinking of the jar.
Yeah, you kind of get that same impression of just like whatever
The jar
it
in the
is.
hallway. The jar in the hallway. Oh, the jar in the hallway.
Okay, I'll go get it. And Azareth walks down the stairs, picks up the jar and holds it in his strong, sturdy jaw, and walks back up.
Okay. You can feel the liquid on the inside kind of sloshing around, and it almost feels like there's an echo on the inside of the bottle.
Ha ha. Ha 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 ha.
And Jet, as you're kind of still up there and you're looking at the machine, you do notice a small piece of paper on the workbench.
What does it say?
It says, How to Scare Monsters 101.
He'll keep reading.
Step 1. Insert liquid into cavity. Step 2. Pull the lever. Step 3. Press the button. Step 4. Monster is no more. And you see a little picture of like a monster kind of scampering off.
Don't put that in yet. I found this note here. Apparently, this is to scare off monsters like the one that we just had come by.
And you did notice that before?
I mean, you didn't notice it either.
And Azareth puts the
Fair
jar
point.
down.
Fair point. I guess we have a plan for, you know, if we have another one of those encounters.
Okay, I trust you, Jet.
Are there,
I mean, it's right here. It says we insert the liquid, pull the lever, and then press the button.
Ah,
Right? That is the order.
Yeah, more or less.
do I dare ask what's in that jar?
I'm not sure we want to know.
no, we don't want to know.
Question for another time. Are there any more of these jars around?
You
Good
can't see.
question.
You cannot see any in like your immediate vicinity, but there are a few like crates that appear to have been like nailed shut. You do see a collection of empty green bottles on the floor, though.
Dart's gonna go investigate one of those closed crates.
Okay.
Like, try to, like, use, again, his metal claw to kind of, like, wedge it open.
It's pretty sturdy. It's going to require a bit more than a single claw.
2 claws! No, but he's gonna, like, you know, try to, like, wedge, like, maybe, like, one paw's worth of claws, like, in between to kind of, like, give it some, like, you know, almost, like, try to pull it open by force.
Okay. You pull and you pull and you pull. You hear the screeching of nails, and eventually it just kind of pops open for you.
Curse these paws at times, but the claws are useful.
All right, and there is something I do need to state here. I'm looking for it, though.
Is it that Orem is adorable?
I'm not.
You
That
see...
Orem is cute?
You see on the inside of the crate a logo. It's faint, very faded, but you can clearly see something that says MD Industries. And it has the appearance of a small, like, shooting star kind of wrapping around from the bottom of it and coming out the top of the logo.
MD Industries, you said?
Uh-huh. And for some reason, you all recognize it.
From where?
You don't know.
Hey, does this logo match our badges?
Azurth looks at his badge and takes off his scarf.
It does not.
It just, why does this look familiar?
I don't understand.
Like, is there somewhere in town that has something like this? You guys have been in Starlight longer than I have.
Only
it
barely.
Really feels some familiar, but
Is there anywhere in town that has this?
No, there shouldn't be. I can't recall otherwise.
Could I try recalling to see if, like, when Argus was dragging me by the scarf, if I, like, recognize that symbol from, like, any of the stores?
You honestly, you think and you think and you think, and nothing is popping up.
Because and like thinking about it, like I woke up outside the town, was dragged in, and then my only other recollection has been the forest and the tunnel. Why is this familiar?
Maybe Doc knows more.
Actually, that might be possible.
I'll go grab Doc.
Okay. You go down, you grab her, and she comes up. And go ahead.
Like Dart's just going to kind of explain something like, Doc, can you come see this?
What is it? What's wrong?
It's a logo. It's familiar, but I don't know why I know it.
A logo? All right.
We found a way to kind of prevent the monster attack at least once, but I need to see this.
Okay. And she kind of just like follows behind you. She eventually gets into the room and she looks at the logo. No, I don't recognize it at all.
So there's nothing like that in Starlight.
Not as far as I know.
Right.
But then again, I've never really been out and about too much.
Does it look familiar at all to you?
No, I've never seen this before in my life. It's kind of pretty, though.
What if it's something from the time that we can't remember then?
Well, I guess that's certainly possible.
I think we have a lead then.
That feeling of deja vu, I guess. That's what it's called, right?
She kind of gives a smile. Yeah, I mean, I suppose so.
Let's look at the room. There must be something else in here related to this.
And this logo was on the side of a crate?
Yep. It was on the inside of the crate, almost like somebody had just taken just a plain old piece of wood and had nailed it, and the logo just happened to be on the inside instead of the outside.
Oh, somebody got fired for that.
Do the other crates have the logo on the outside?
With a bit of investigation, they do.
They all must come from the same place, but...
And they are all empty?
They all actually hold green bottles filled with that same reddish liquid, numbering about, on last count, about 100 in total.
We found a stash of repels.
Oh my god, these are repels. Oh.
Dart's gonna go back to like the scrapings that he like got off, and like is gonna like give it a sniff, like try to identify like what the hell is in this.
When you give it a sniff, it comes up as a strange chemical smell, something artificial, something that you've never quite smelled before in your entire life. It's acrid and sharp.
Oh god, that's strong. God, God, no, I can see why that keeps stuff away. Ugh.
Well, at least we know about this now, so if that thing comes back, we've got a way to defend ourselves. We should probably get down and check on Argus, though.
You go check on Argus. I want to explore this room further. There has to be something else in here.
I agree. I want to help you. I will help you.
Papers, documents, or something. Like, why is this familiar?
Well, I'll be back up then. Jet's gonna go down, check on Argus.
Argus is working on trying to affix his meteorite to the end of his stick to basically make a club.
Okay. It's a little sad, mostly because it's like you keep putting it on the end of it, and then I suppose you're trying to like either quickly tie rope around it or I don't know, holding it in a spit.
The unraveled rope.
Yeah. But it seems like your attempts so far have been not as fortunate.
Could I use the meteorite to dig into the tip so it has like a little hole for it?
Yes, you can.
That's what I will be doing.
Okay. And
make
underneath you, you can still hear the bat just going. It seems he's got a very, very healthy pair of lungs for such a small being.
Fine. Means I know he's still alive.
Argus, why don't you get up off of that guy, and I got this chain here that I could use to bind him up.
Ooh, that works. Then I could use more rope.
Well, I'll need the rope too.
Well, I can use my broken rope.
Actually, your broken rope would probably be very useful as like to tie the pieces of chain together.
Oh.
And then we can put the cup under like maybe one of the bedposts upstairs.
What?
Well, the cup is attached to the chain, so if we put it under one of the bedposts, it'll hold the chain down and hopefully keep him from going anywhere.
I guess?
You don't think so?
I am just confused. I want my rope so I can make weapon. I need my stick to hit harder.
And as you both are kind of talking to each other, you hear a knock at the door. And that's where we're going to end today's session.
Jet.
No, you're not flying out of the house again yet.
Wonderful. I can actually go get some sleep. I was very scared of just saying, like, I need to go sleep.
We're reaching right at the very end, and I wanted to take the last 10 minutes to just do our quick, what did you like? What do you think would be improved? And end the session.
Yeah, I'm tired.
Alrighty. So, starting clockwise this time, Aurum, what did something you liked, something you felt could have been improved?
You are not coming through at all, Aurum.
I've only said one thing, and it was just me thinking noise. Trying to think.
Your mic's a little close to your mouth.
I like that Jolene liked the bag I got them, and that we can use it to carry Jolene. That makes me happy. Also, the free ration. Something I don't like. Probably the fact Zim keeps failing his phasing through and then keeps trying and then keeps phasing and then keeps failing and then he just flies away. I think most of our trouble in these past 3 sessions has been from him trying to phase through things.
Yes. The answer to that is yes.
Practice makes perfect, and I would personally like to, you know, figure it out because it could definitely be useful. And as we just saw, he could go ethereal at any given moment. So getting a hang of it after that last moment of him floating up without him even trying to do anything, you know, when the monster showed up, yeah, he's definitely even more resolved to try and master it.
Despite the fact you're probably going to fly away one day and we'll never be able to catch you or find you again.
Or he'll get good at it. We'll see.
Yeah, you better
I'm
get
willing
good
to
at
bet
it.
the
We need
li-
to stop,
I'm-
you know, sticking to each other.
Yeah, Jet just goes full. I must go. My people need me.
Yeah, that's what I'm fully expecting to happen. I must go, my people need me. And he tries to fly up and instead he goes down. And he ends up in the center of the earth.
And goes find Giratina.
My God.
And finds a Tyrantrum.
Tyrantrum?
God, that's dark.
Oh, okay, that's dark.
It's a journey to the center of the earth.
Tyrantrum's not in the center of the earth. You're gonna find a Heatran instead of Tyrantrum.
It's a reference to a
read the
movie.
book. Yeah, no, a book.
Well, both.
Wait, it's a reference to something? Oh, I'm a dummy.
Yeah, because
Journey to the center of the earth.
and there's dinosaurs there.
Dinosaurs, ancient plants. There would be like Carnivine, Tyrantrum, Bastiodon,
Oh, okay. I did not know
Kabutops,
this.
Aerodactyl,
Yeah. I'm wrong. I am completely wrong.
and he would get eaten.
Alrighty. Zim, something you liked, something you felt could have been improved.
Well, for light, I did enjoy the scene of him bouncing along the ceiling. Not so sure about the part where everybody abandoned him to start
It was at
facing
this moment that he
outside.
He
We're
was
getting
That's
used to
beside
it.
the point.
We're getting used to it by
in
now.
in our defense, you weren't phasing through the wall when we left you, and we didn't want the freaking cultists to escape and yap to say where we were.
Also, we're getting used to your shenanigans.
Something to improve? Jet needs to get better at phasing.
Okay. Arzadeyu, something you liked, something you felt could have been improved.
I like that we now have a moment of, what's the word? Respite? Reprise? Peace.
Like respite. Yeah.
Respite. There. Yes, we have a moment to ourselves, mostly. And, not dealing with any pressing danger. That's what I like. We finally have a moment to ourselves.
Yeah. Okay. Something you felt could have been improved.
Those dice rolls for Jet were terrible.
I think that's just he needs more talent in his dice rolls.
Maybe you just need a new clicker.
I just need to get enough practice in that it becomes second nature, and then I don't have to roll at all for it, and I just succeed, and boo!
Wonderful.
Seta, something you like, something that you felt could have been improved.
I greatly appreciate the character moments. And I'm hoping there's a bit more of a training session in the next session or two. But I thoroughly enjoyed the character moments, just kind of really just expressed the moment with Doc. Really liked the general pathing. Us getting to this lodge was, a good little bit of team building, and this little, potential nugget of information you've just dropped at the end is just going to be burned in the back of my mind until Saturday, and I hate you for that. but thank you.
Yeah.
All right, so I guess we're having a game on Thursday.
No.
Nope. I am already scheduled for something else.
I have work.
I'm afraid I actually do need at least a few days to prepare.
Thank you. Saturday will be our next session. Nothing
Yes.
before. We have viewers who are behind. And can't watch these lives because this is so late for them.
Poor Amos is 3 sessions behind.
So in terms of, overall, I think like you're starting to sprinkle, some of those interesting nuggets in there. That's just gonna kind of make the, the must-seek knowledge part of Dart's brain just like go into overdrive. And I think I may have gotten a little bit too into character there, but like you've legitimately shocked me. Like you literally have like just put my brain on like the, why do I know this? And thank you for stopping me before I just started like smacking my paws against my head to try to force my brain to actually do something. Because if you went over 10 more minutes, I would have just started smacking myself, just be like, brain, please, work.
Oh, don't
ready
kid
for
yourself.
my theory?
We are literally going to be doing that the entire week.
I will save let's save the theory crafting for after the stream. But for the things I didn't like, I actually honestly was feeling a little bit worried for Orem. I was unsure if we were giving Orem enough opportunity to shine, and I didn't want to exclude him.
Oh, I was perfectly fine. I was starting to doze off near the end there.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons I brought the monster in. 1, to kind of give you all a taste of the area, and 2, to kind of give Orem a chance to interact.
I just want to make sure.
Unfortunately, there's only so much I can do when he's sitting on the hostage or the captive, rather.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot he could do.
That's why
No one trusts me with anything, so I'm making a new weapon, and my meteorite club will be the strongest weapon we have.
And
you mean aside from our bodies ourselves?
It'll be stronger because
Go
you
ahead,
see,
Seda.
I can slash it on a rock
Seda?
and I make
Yep.
sparks.
And yeah, just the minor one, but I feel like you set that up perfectly, but it's the minor one of like I still feel very useless without like not knowing anything about me. But you're sprinkling the crumbs in there, so like that's just like a minor like carry on, but you're addressing it, so like you're addressing that one slowly, and I like it. So it's kind of a negative but a positive.
I mean, I'm trying. I'm working off of like no structure here myself.
Oh yeah, like and no, it's something where like as soon as I said, I'm like, actually no, this is not actually a problem because you actually are working towards it in a wonderful and rewarding path. Because this session, I know I'm a Rockruff, I know I'm Ground Steel, and I think we're just waiting for like the initial like downtime to actually like probably start discussing like, so you talked about these powers. So you've planted the seeds, and I like it. So that's actually not a negative, that's another positive.
And now we know that Jet is dead.
You should probably end so we can go get sleep, especially me. I'm
sorry for passing my existential crisis on to you, but don't worry, I have my own existential crisis now again.
Thank you all for coming by and sticking to the very end. If you do enjoy the video, please hit the subscribe button and the like button as well. If you want to come over by the Discord, it's down in the description below, or for those who are watching the stream, right there for you. We do stream this very often, and when I mean often, I mean very often. Zim is just gonna be like, yo, it's due session. It's like, okay. And before I know it, there will be a session, and I might not be prepared all times. And then I won't be streaming it, and there won't be a video for you guys for a week, because he doesn't put up videos for a while. Yes, it's incentive to, come by the streams, but not everyone can come by the streams this late. I understand that. It's 1 o'clock for me, and and I am towards West Coast. So, yeah. Other than that, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.